There comes a time. There comes a time in a young man's life where he must stop letting headaches rule his life. For me, that day is today. There comes a time. There comes a time in a young man's life. That's a smooth opening, I think. Okay. I'm excited. So, today, I continue my epic journey. I'm really looking forward to this today. I've had a headache all day, and I just kind of arbitrarily decided that I don't really care. Because, I don't know, it's not going away, so I might as well work through it. I'm on as much painkiller as a man can reasonably be on. And there's not a lot of people here yet, but that's okay. Hey Marcus, I'm glad you were looking forward to it. You're a day behind on your essay? Well, you know, be responsible. Let me scroll up a little bit in chat. I'm glad you're doing better now, Jeremy. Okay. Hey, Inquisitor, how you doing? You just got here, and we're just starting. Let's see. Let me get everything set up. I'm so proud of myself for remembering to actually get rid of the goddamn text. You'd be surprised how long it took me to be, like, you know, consistently doing that. Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Also, that was pretty loud. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure that, let me grab my controller. I can just do this. Oh my. Hey King Lineon. I've always meant to ask you, like, what is the origin of that name? It's an interesting one. Okay, that's more reasonable. Let me scoot this over a little bit. The PlayStation 1 console. It's blocking the text again. It's funny how that works. This is the side effects of painkillers, loss of knowing what you're doing exactly. I am on a lot of them right now. Oh, a bit a day keeps the headaches away. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. That's 1,000 days worth of bits. That's 1,000 days of headache relief. And I will need all of them. We're on the Zephyr. So, oh my god, I'm so excited. So, we're waking up today on a cruise liner. Now, our main quest is, I just woke up in my room, and there's no chocolate left on my pillow. So, we need to find someone to complain to. But before we do so, we need to find a hair salon so I can get a middle-aged housewife haircut before I complain to the manager. Otherwise, they won't know I'm serious. Arg, matey, have the adventure of a lifetime. Arg, as you cruise through the ocean blue on the mighty Zephyr. Well, it's certainly not the best pamphlet ever written. It motivates you. Got some space. I've had apartments smaller than this. We have so much room for activities. So, I'm pretty excited. There's a lot... There's actually quite a bit to explore on the ship. But right now, we're just kind of on a cruise on our way to Jungo, which is an island where we stop by on the way to the eastern continent. And I'm sure nothing will go wrong on this ship ride at all. Nothing at all. 5% left on your phone, might be away for a while. That's fine, Marcus. Probably the cruise quarters. Yeah. I really don't think you should try them on. I want to play as a little sailor boy. Excuse me. I want a bunk bed for me and my baby friend. Anyone else see some? One second. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, is this working now? Give it a second. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't. I need to like basically jiggle it around a little bit to make it work sometimes. I don't know why. But, oops. Thank you for letting me know. Much better. I mean, yes. Anything is better than the Black Abyss, I suppose. But, yeah, there's no chocolate on this pillow, so we need to go find hotel management. You know, I actually did go on a few cruises when I was a kid. It's the guys who kicked our... Oh my god, Ickby is just, like, drinking some hot cocoa. This is adorable. Well. I remembered you. Yeah, back in Iston. I brutally murdered your ass. I have to give him the Vegeta voice. I fought a zillion fights as a mercenary, but I haven't had a fight like that in a long time. You know, a fight where I one-shot you before you could even do anything. You're a mercenary? Yep. I'll fight anybody if the money is right. I'll even fight for Frieza! I have to put food on their plate somehow, you know. I can't do that anymore. Shout out to the voice actor for Vegeta. I don't know how the hell they do it. Kakarot. Food on whose plates? Oh, never mind. Art? Hush up. Is that really a dinosaur, or is it a walrus monster? Dinosaur? Oh, you mean Ickby. That's Ibki, rather. That's my little sister. Baby's looking at the camera like, what the fuck? Your sister? You don't really look alike. Shut up! It's a long story. Tell us your story. Well, it all started when... never mind. Ibki is right. You're better off not knowing. It's for your own good. The plot thickens. Blah, 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 blah. But, yeah, so... Big old... I always want to call her Ickby. Like, neither of them sound like a very good name, but I think that Ickby is better than Ibki. These names. Let me look back at chat a little bit. Lineon is a name I made up when I was 5. It's a fusion of Link and Minion. That's pretty funny. So, King Linion? Is that how it's pronounced? The inevitable was staring back at me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that everyone came to see the Abyss. Now, I believe that I can steal some supplies, because I'm a hero, and that's what we do. That's a lot of stuff. It actually goes back further than the camera can see. Correct, but people are taking my name now. Takahata 101, voice of the real Vegeta, the only Vegeta that culturally matters. A peach potion. A peach potion doesn't really merit that kind of treasure chest. By the way, this is like... This has got to be crack for RPG fiends. Just like, all these boxes to check. Oh, yes! This is what life is all about. And how much you want to bet that there's nothing in any of these? Oh my god. It's too dark to see. Oh my god. The fact that that one says it's too dark to see means that these are all, like, individually coded. They all have their own responses. No! Well, we're halfway done. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever take it quite this far. Need a lot of fresh water for a long sea voyage. I mean, I guess. They're really big on making sure that their characters have enough water. I can respect that. Kings of Leon is what you're thinking of, Jeremy. Which is actually what I originally thought King Linian was referencing with his name. There's really nothing else in here? Fucking... Keep all the supplies and cargo here in the hold. I mean, yeah. What a fucking disappointment. 0 out of 10. Like, this room having only one item... Just like a fucking peach cobbler. That like deducts a whole point from my review. Yo man, you gotta get that H20, you know what I'm saying? Is this the galley, or the mess? Yes, the mess hall. I think I talked about this before, but don't do that. You don't need to fucking tell me that it's a table or a chair. Of course the cook is a woman. Water bugs can run on water. Haven't you ever seen one? I have, like, a collection of bugs. Can I use them to solve a water puzzle? Peach cobbler's life. It's not even peach cobbler, it's peach potion. You can use it to make a peach cobbler. If they wash dishes with seawater, I hope not. Where the hell are the little chocolates? This has got to be where they are. MC, look at all those fresh vegetables. How can you not like eggplant? What, you don't like mushrooms either? And I thought I was traveling with only one baby. Oh, shit! Nahani calling us the fuck out. God's Tower? Sure, I know where it is. It's that really tall tower over on the eastern continent. They say an evil dragon was confined there a long, long time ago. An evil dragon? That's interesting. Aren't you part dragon, baby? Spoink! Yeah, I'm sure that's nothing to worry about. Oh my god. Guys, Sophie's on my couch right now, belly up, looking at me like, okay, hold on 1 second. This is an emergency. I have no choice.
Sophie. Hello. Good baby. You're very sweet. Who's my best friend, huh? Who's my bestie? I love you. I love you very much. You're very sweet.
Look, you have to, okay? Evil dragon, it's Champ's dad. Camel Traffic, how you doing? I haven't been able to talk to you at all lately. You are back from the dead, seriously. Man. Okay. Assassin's Creed Black Flag has nothing on these water effects. Do you see that shit? Look at how realistic that is. There's gotta be at least like 50 frames in that, like, GIF. This looping GIF of water. Standing here reminds me of that What are you talking? Nahani! So they have movies in this world, and they also have the Titanic. If they have the Titanic in this universe, then maybe we shouldn't be so comfortable standing on this boat. Did they really just reference the fuck? That's impossible. How did they reference the Titanic in this world? What are you talking about? That opens up too many you can't just, like, drop a reference like that. This isn't a contemporary setting. I've always loved... I mentioned this really briefly at the end of the last episode, but I really like when you travel alongside a bunch of NPCs, because we're gonna... During this episode, we're gonna learn a lot more about Darkbeat and Ibki. And, I mean, like, they're actually pretty interesting characters, and they come up again and again and again throughout the course of the story. Also, very few people are here, so if anyone wants to, like, share the link around, feel free. I'm sure that, like, old school gaming Reddits would eat this shit up, because, like, no one's heard of this shit. But, I don't know, I just love how, like, they're fleshing out all these different characters, like Bonik over here. Well, good luck to you. Like he's the traveling... He's the holly jolly traveling fat merchant archetype. One of my favorite archetypes. And I think that he's about to get his shop on the next island. Your phone's on 2%. When the train rolls in, I'ma run home. Sounds good. I look forward to seeing you again, then. There's not a storm in the world that scares our captain. Foreshadowing? I keep on, like, looking ominously at the screen, like, it's a good thing this guy knows how to steer a ship in a storm. We have nothing to worry about. I've already been in here. Jungo, Jungo, tell me, lad, have you ever seen a coconut? Oh boy. I think that that's about everything for now. Can't go up there. Nah. Man, the Titanic continuity has me very confused. How do you even have movies? I don't think there's any such thing as a movie in this universe. But yeah, I just love this whole setting. It's very charming. But I think that we've talked to everybody. Maybe not. It seems like I... Should I talk to Darkbeat one more time? Better off not knowing. Arc, arc, arc. I don't think there's anything else. Do they want me to find something? I don't think there are any other things. I mean, I don't exactly see a lot of options here, you know what I'm saying? Did I already talk to you? I think I've already talked to everybody. Maybe they literally want me to talk to, like, every NPC. There we go. Yeah, they probably just wanted me to talk to literally everyone. We've walked around the entire ship now, MC. It's been a long day, and I'm getting really tired. Let's take a little nap. Oh god, sounds like a plan. Oh shit! Attention passengers, the Zephyr has docked at Jungo. MC, wake up, I think we're there. Oh, I'm so excited. So this is one of the best parts of this game. Everything about Jungo is basically optional. Like, all of it. You can see that our friend's already left. And I like to habitually check these rooms just in case anything changes. Doesn't seem like it is. There might be a new treasure down there. I think that at some point there is a new treasure down in the cargo hold during this trip. But we're not done with the boat yet. Like, we will be resuming our trip in a second. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. But yeah, I used to go Oh! Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it tremendously. But, I think that, like, the captain never even leaves the ship at all. Because he's just that much of a sea dog. I don't like the look of those clouds. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is, like, the perfect vacation theme. So, first of all, they got palm trees growing out of the top of their houses. Second of all, what? It's a pengy. I found this toy in the woods, but I don't want it anymore. I love the pengy! Appreciate that. Aren't from around here, are you? I'm traveling too. I always wanted to see the world, so when Ipki came to my village, I asked her to take me with her. Where are you from? I come from a little village far, far to the north. I hope that letter I wrote gets there alright. Won't your family be worried about you? When will you go home? I'll go home one of these days. This guy's basically becoming an emperor penguin. But first, there's a lot of places I want to see first. When I've seen all the places that I want to see, I'll head home. Sure you'll let your family know you're okay. I guess this is supposed to be a child. Darkbeat wanted me to invite you to come see him. He lives here, you know. Really? Wouldn't see that coming, would you? Those children are amazing. I mean, being separated from their parents and all. Ibki must love them as if she were their real mother. Yeah, this is the really heartwarming part of this game. It's really cute. Yeah, this isn't their house, but they're around. They're hard as a rock. And their decoration. I recall once, I was in a play for high school. It was Beauty and the Beast. And I like one of the 5 roles I had, because I was like 5 ensemble roles. I was the baker at the opening musical number that talks to Belle at the beginning of the play. And I had this basket of bread as a prop, and they like sprayed like a special kind of preservative on it that, you know, made the bread look good and prevented it from getting infected, but it was obviously inedible. And I distinctly remember this one kid who, like, tried to take a bite out of it and almost puked, like, all over the floor. And, and he was one of the, you know, obviously he was one of the actors. So, and, like, that almost ruined a performance, and I don't think that we ever heard the end of it. Like, we all made fun of him, but the guy who was in charge of our plays, the director, he's a raging asshole, basically. That's all you really need to know. And he did not take kindly to this moment. I'll put it that way. But I'm glad that they got rid of him. He was one of those types who, he expects the best from the kids, and that's part of, like, why, that's part of why our plays were so high production. Like, we charged real money to get into those plays. We run awards for our plays at this high school. It was really cool, but at the same time, it's, like, dramatically due to this guy just screaming at us and guilt-tripping us into making this amazing performance as if we were actually on Broadway. So it's like, you know, trade-offs, I guess is the best way to put it. That's some method acting, yeah. I'll be the real villager and eat the bread. They certainly have a lot of different types of swords. I mean, I would assume, Nahani. They have swords from all over the world here. I'm pretty sure... Before we go here, let's, like... Bonik is about to open his shop, and I want to check that out first. I was racist against penguins until he gave me a toy. Let's see. Ring cider. Gives play-by-play of the battle. This guy, I remember him. We will summon him. What pain should you inflict on your child for your own bragging? What the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea what that means. What is this little girl doing? Are you okay? Are you guys the visitor that Ibki is waiting for? She's inside. You can go in if you want. Why, thank you, dear. What a nice young woman you are. Did the Artem cult take your parents too? Are you going to be staying with us in Darkbeat? What? No, that's not why we're here. This is the part where the game actually kind of picks up the story a little bit. It's interesting. See ya, Marcus. Oh, you're lucky. I wish my mommy and daddy were here. But they'll be coming back real soon. Darkbeat promised me he would go save them. So they're not dead. Well, that's good to hear. You be a good girl now, okay? I will. I'll be a good girl while I wait for mommy and daddy. So, we've already talked to the Artem cult a little bit, and at this point in the game you don't really know that much about them other than Nahani is kind of put off by them. But this is the first time it's kind of confirmed that they're actually pretty disturbing. Because they're basically, like, inducting all these people into their cult of worship. But, yeah. Oh, right. Well, you're talking about the guy who did that, bullshit before. I don't even remember his name. I mean, I probably shouldn't say his name anyway, because I'm basically saying he's an abuser. Because he kind of was. He was very... Like, he was screaming at us, man. It was not fun. He turned an after-school activity into basically a prison camp. But the basic logic... Like, I'm reading More to Kill. Well, the basic logic of these people, how much pain and trauma are they going to inflict on children so they can brag about how good they trained them? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the way they teach discipline. Like if you're... There was very little in the way of positive encouragement with this guy. Like, he was just an asshole. I don't recall if he was a father or not, but I hope he wasn't, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, he just berated everyone like crazy. Like, there were... Like, when he was doing one of the, you know... That performance was shit kind of talks, and yes, he did use that kind of language with a bunch of high school kids, including freshmen. It might have been the child actor there, too, who was in middle school. But, basically, he, like, you have to understand that, like, three of the girls in that play cried. You know what I mean? Like, when he yelled at them like that. It's like... I don't know. I don't think that there's any debating that it's not worth it. And it's funny, too, because my memories of that play are so positive otherwise, but god, fuck that guy. Did Ibki adopt you, too? Yeah, like, all these kids in Garam. Yeah, there's a lot of towns in this game. But you can kind of, like, keep an eye out for their parents. Because, some of them are actual characters that come up later. Backup sword. Darkbeat's going to kill you if he finds out you took that. You put it back where you found it. That sounds like a good idea. Because I don't think that's an exaggeration. Hey, Big Mama. Ibki looks like she could be the main character in, like, a kid's show. Like a Barney the Dinosaur kind of show. Sometimes I pretend that Aunt Ibki is my mother, but I want my real mommy. It's kind of funny how, like, up until this point, the story is much more lighthearted than this. Like, cause, like, this kind of just hits you like a truck. But the motivations of Ibki and Darkbeat become more clear as you go on. But they're basically trying to overthrow the Artem cult that victimizes all these children. I think that Darkbeat is gonna tell us a little bit about his backstory when we go talk to him downstairs. Is that dragon like a pet, a friend, or a family member? Supposedly, you just missed it, but supposedly, that's Darkbeat's little sister. That dragon is this guy's little sister. I'm assuming there's quite a story to that one. The children are kind of like orphans. Their parents joined the Artem cult and never came back. I was an orphan myself, so I couldn't just leave them all alone. I look after them here. And Knight, as well, is also an orphan. Just something worth noting. And it's kind of mysterious as to how that's the case, but like my headcanon is that it has something to do with Artima as well. It's obviously been a long time since Knight has seen his family, so... But there's like nothing confirming it one way or the other. All that we know is that his parents are presumably dead, and even then, that's not totally confirmed. But since we inherited courage and our smile, our only key items at the start of the game, it says that we inherited them from our mother and father, which to me kind of implies that they're just gone. Because it's pretty clear that Knight is a young kid. It's not established exactly how old, but he's like a young teenager at the most. So, like my headcanon says like 14 for this kid, basically. Carmine will pay for what he has done. Carmine is a leader of the cult. I promise you that. What? Well, have a safe I like that little moment of like, whoa, you're gonna kill somebody? Like, that's a big deal in this universe. Because, like, all you're killing are monsters and animals, basically. Like, you're not killing sentient beings in combat. But, well, have a safe journey, MC, until we meet again. Serious shit. They probably have some interesting books. Afka series. Joust like the pros. Who writes this junk? All warrior books. Fool's Guide to the Mercenaries exam? There's an exam? Jean's Armor of the World, Volume 1. Wow, look at this shield. The autobiography of Darkbeat, the Chosen One. The Chosen One, huh? This game actually plays with the Chosen One narrative quite a lot, but in a way that I'm not going to talk about quite yet. In the review itself, I'm probably not going to get into major spoilers, but the story is actually pretty good in this game. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's very easy to follow. Yeah, this guy does have a bit of an ego. That's like a major plot point of that character. And you will see later on. Like, he considers himself to be the Chosen One. But I like how he's not just some cocky asshole, like he's actually a significant character. Oh, he's like pink, he's like blushing. Honey, I'm home. Me and my black coal soulless eyes have missed you so much. Honey, did you put on some weight while I was gone? Good news? What good news? Why can't you tell me here? Okay, tell me inside. Ooh. What a nice, happy couple. Well, I mean, he said, have you put on some weight? So, I don't know how nice they can really be. That's not something you should say to your wife the first time you see her in a long time. You see that husband and wife just now? It's always like that when he comes home. It reminds me of when I was young. Yeah, let's check out the inn. 1,200 points for what? Huh? What? Oh, a guest. Are you looking for a room? I think that she was just like off in La La Land, like, I remember when I was young and full of hope. That was before the plague. It seems like it would be a very good first RPG. Yeah, it's such a good thing to, like, introduce you to the appeal of this genre. Like, this game feels like it's this, like, super targeted pitch of, like, why these games are fun at kids, you know? But it's still, like, really fun for adults. Like, I would argue that, like, if you're just new to RPGs in general and don't really get their appeal, or they seem alienating, like, this is just a good game for you, period. It's also surprisingly long. We got 9 hours on record here. And we're not half done yet. I can't really estimate because, like I said before, it's been a while since I've actually played this all the way through. Yeah, the graphics are the one big downside of this game. It's otherwise very, very lovely. But it has some interesting themes. It is pretty light on cliché. It actually deconstructs a lot of clichés. Because, I can't go into examples, unfortunately. You know how it is. I kind of only know Mystic Quest for an entry RPG, and it's not great. Yeah, for those curious about it, Pro Jared made an excellent review on it, and I actually mentioned this before. I think I might have referenced Mystic Quest, but it's basically the antithesis of this, because it's like a brain-dead RPG that has absolutely no challenge factor whatsoever. Everything is spelled out, it's super linear, you always know exactly where to go and what to do, you don't have to solve anything. Careful, you almost kicked that cup across the room. It shouldn't be on the floor. Even in, like, cultures that eat on the floor like this, they have a raised platform for the table. It's not good. It's not good design. Bad game design. Bad game design in that room. That makes no sense. Where's the lore? Where's the in-universe explanation for this? Horse shit. 0 out of 10. Not a downside, this game is very old and holds up well. Yeah, for the time, the graphics are okay. Like, there are definitely games from the same era that look better than this. Like, this game is technically, this game came out 2 years after, like, Spyro the Dragon, and Spyro is one of the better-looking PlayStation 1 games. This doesn't really hold a candle to it, but it's charming enough, you know. I really like the helper. Yeah, like, she's a fun character. Like, she's an actual character. She has a lot of personality. Nahani is, like, my ideal form of this kind of character. Like she has this, like, lecturing motherly instinct towards you. It's cute. She's a cute character. What a wonderful day. Did we get to help them name a child, actually? You're pregnant? Honey, that's wonderful! Do you know if it's going to be a boy or a girl? A boy? Wow, I'm going to have a son. I'm going to be a father! So cute! This is really nice. Have you come up with a name yet? I can't think of a good one either. Hey, can you think of a... Hey, child who wandered into our house. Can you think of a good name for our son and also leave immediately after you think of a good name for our son? Because you're trespassing? What's a good name? How about... Bub... Yes. Nailed it. No. Son Goku. That's not a bad option. Dat boy. I know. I actually know. I think I got a good name. Let's see. I mean, I already named Champ. Champ is my son. Dweezil. Ish. This. Is this? I don't know why that's funny to me. Oh, dude, check this out. No. What's good, MC in chat? How you doing? Bubkiss isn't a bad name. Jeremy, I kind of want to name it... Rick! How you doing, Rick? You know what? Just for Wreck. Wreck. There you go. It's Rectra, right? You're now a main character. Congratulations. I have no idea what the significance. Wait, no, this is a boy. Fuck. Well, Rectra is not exactly a gendered name, is it? I don't know. Let's see. This is such an important decision. I wish that it had like a full, you know, like a more letters so I could actually like do like a full name. Rectum. Don't do rectum. Rectra is unisex. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. So wait, Rectra is a name? Rectum is gonna have a tough time, so let's go with a dignified name. Nah. A little bit more dignified. This is my subconscious naming him. Don't pay me $15 to name this baby Rectum. I like how it's gonna say that on the stream now. Rectum. Oh, Jeremy. Lumples. Lumpler. The Lumpler. Thanks, that's a good name. Our son will be called Lumpler. Oh, I should have checked if it had something to check for bad words. Well, no, I can't because then it would commit to that. Are you sure you want to call him that? Oh, yes, I'd like to thank you somehow. How about this? A living toy. Ditchmobile. Is that like a escape? Adds temporary... That's really cool! That's a really good living toy, holy shit. Ugh, Lumpler kids, am I right? Our kid will be named Lumpler. Only Lumpler kids will remember this. A guy that just had a baby gave us a ditchmobile. He's gonna ditch the baby. It's foreshadowing. There's gonna be a lot of interpersonal drama with this family, I can tell. Hold on. I think that, like, if you check in on this family every now and then, like, I think that the baby is eventually born in-game, and you can, like, meet Lumpler. I can't wait for my little Lumpler to be born. Well, I guess they liked the name well enough. I'm glad. Hey, Marcus, I'm glad you're back. Is that important to the plot or just flavor? I think it's just flavor, and it's like a little side story. Fresh roasted coffee, piping hot espresso, tasty hot chocolate. Oh, I'd like the hot chocolate. Excuse me, sir. This cafe has a no pet policy. Would you please leave your pet outside? No, fuck you. Ah, man, what if there's like an exclusive item in there? What a bunch of horse shit. Damn it. Fine. I wish we could leave, like, Nahani out with the baby, so we could just explore. Champ! Our ally! What if we get into a fight in this cafe? We're fucked! Where is that guy? He said he would come as soon as the ship docked. Yeah, I'm sure it's a root beer float. That's why that guy has a red nose. I'm sure it's a root beer float. That's what it is. Yeah, hot places always do have nice frozen drinks. They need to. There's like nothing here, is there? Wait, is there no point to being in here? Not even a typhoon will blow the leaves off a plant like this. Yeah, because it's made of plastic. Sophie actually destroyed a fake plant that we have on the porch. I felt kind of bad. Thankfully, it is a fake plant. I want to use this as a weapon. I wonder if we could take one of these plants home to Orgo. Is there really nothing for me to steal here? What's the point if I can't steal shit? Wait, what? This cabinet is refrigerated. So they have a refrigerator, and they have movies, and they have the Titanic. God, I have so many questions about this place. It's a fake. They're all fake. Even by the standards of this game's graphical quality, I can tell that they're fake. Poor Baby. I wonder if, like, that lowers our relationship with Baby. There's actually a big optional area out here, which we'll go to in a second. I want to check more of the town. We'll get hyperactive and get into bar fights, MC. He drunk. He is. Yeah, I'd like to have, like, a root beer float and just get, like, a sugar high, and that's why I get irrational. Putting vegetables in a sunny spot like this helps them ripen. It also encourages bacterial growth. Milk bar is the best. The milk bar! Ugh, now you make me want to stream Majora's Mask. I will eventually stream possibly all the Zeldas that I've reviewed, but especially Ocarina and Majora, because I have so much to say about them that I haven't already said. I am finally a patron, and I had the guts to trust them, boys. Nice! Are you a patron of someone else, or do you, like, make stuff on Patreon? I do like the milk bar in Majora's Mask, it's very charming. A bug and a bean. Take the bug? Yes. Why can't I take the bean? What was that, like a moral choice? Bug or bean? Man, these are the real questions. Searching the wooden box, it's empty. Okay. I like just running on autopilot and stealing people's shit when they're not fucking home. It's a lot of juice. I really do want to, like, rip off one of these leaves and use it to bludgeon people with. Never had it, but I always thought eggnog has milk. Yeah. I'm a patron to you. Oh, nice, man. Thank you, man. You support the hell out of the show. Like, you and Rick are a big reason why what I do is, like, afloat. You know? You and Rick are... There's also another one, Tom, who's, like, a huge contributor. But you're up there. You're both in the top 5. Marcus! Just when I was fucking talking about... Damn, guys. Thank you. That's a huge deal. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, Marcus. That's a huge help. I gotta say, Twitch has, like, been very successful. And it's all because of you guys, so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Aww! That's cute. Oh, he, like, shakes off. Hold on, let's get a better angle of that. Good idea, champ. This island is hot, hot, hot. And thank you so much, Marcus. Really appreciate it. Just again. That's really cute, that little shake that he does. Yeah, there's wilderness out here. Hold on, we'll go there in a second. But I do want to just point out one thing really quickly. This is like a whole optional combat area. There's like a little house located in there. There's like a couple of little secrets out there. And it's totally optional content. And this is the window in which you have this little window of opportunity to come here during this part of the game. And you don't have to do it. It's just optional. And I love that. I love the fact that this game, which is like an introductory RPG, is somehow, like, more open-ended and, like, welcoming of exploration than a lot of mainstream RPGs nowadays. And it's introductory. Like, if any game ever had the excuse of being linear and simple, it's this one. But, no. They just go to town with it, and I love it. I love how much optional stuff there is in this game, and how you can do certain things out of order. Like that, that optional dungeon that we went to before, I think that you eventually do have to go there. The one that's the giant underground tree dungeon that we went to before in I think episode 2. That's optional, but I just love it. It's so cool. This is a very like ambitious little game, considering the fact that you know, it's introductory. It's supposed to be simple, but we got to talk to our boy. Hi, MC, I finally did it! I finally have my own shop. Everything. People calling me dirty names behind my back, like roly-poly-oly. Or fat bitch. People say... That was a particularly hurtful one. Fat bitch. People saying I was just a smooth-talking salesman. Everything I went through to get to this point. All the people I stepped on. All the murders I organized, it was all for this, the day I buy my own shop. Dad, I did it! I have my own store now. I wish my father were here to see it. Come on, game! This game is, like, surprisingly emotional. He always dreamed of owning his own shop. I'm going to make this the best shop in the world. Well, I have to get the shop ready for the grand opening. That's awesome. Coming soon, grand opening sale. Bonique! That's really cute. That's a cute little sign, I like that a lot. I want to use that sign. Oh, thank you! Oh, Marcus, thanks for the sub, man. And that huge donation before. Damn. I'm just like... Ugh. Whenever people, like, outpour support like this, it's like, I don't even know how to react. I don't know how to convey the gratitude enough. But, I really, really, you know, this stuff is possible because of y'all. Actually, no, this is the shop, isn't it? Yeah, it just has a sign in a really awkward spot. How did you even put those signs up? You have to, like, suspend above the water? Man. The sign maker in this village does not get paid enough. Risking his life out there. Let me scroll up a little bit, because Mordekill's saying some stuff. Even back then, how many RPGs had optional areas? Yeah, you need more. But, yeah, I do think that adventure should be all about... It shouldn't be all about the big quest. Like, you need all that optional fun stuff to do on the side. And the best way, and yeah, I agree with Mordekill. The best way to do that. Oops. I'm not sure what just happened, but I wasn't pressing anything when that happened. But the best way to, like, convey that sense of scope is to have a bunch of stuff that the player does not need to do. That's, like, a really, really important thing. Because otherwise you're just, like, if you just have this big world and you barely let people see it, that world is not going to feel as big. But at the same time, it's totally unreasonable to make your game feel like a tourist trap, or like a tour guided look through your fictional world. You can't have the player see everything just from the story. That's why stuff like Final Fantasy XIII turned off so many people, because it's just like, you see exactly what the game wants you to see, and that's it. You can't see anything else. That's always been really disappointing for people. For good reason. Like, you should complain about that stuff. Oh, we finally can buy swords that are better. Also, we got elemental weapons now. We might be able to buy one of these weapons when we're done with this optional area. The armor's also really good. For some reason, they never add new helmets to the game. Like, there's, like, way less helmets than other pieces of armor in the game total. And like, the elemental equipment is pretty useful, but I think I'm just going to come back when I have enough money to easily buy these things. Because you can come back anywhere in the game pretty easily. Wake Ring. Yeah. Yeah, Marcus, I've always wanted to do this since MC became an affiliate. Now I have the money. Well, thank you, man. Yeah, I remember. I think you did mention that during the Hitman stream days, now that I remember that. God, that was a fun stream series. I'm sure that I'm going to revisit Hitman when Season 2 comes out and they have all the new levels. I'm kind of hoping that they release most of the levels at once as opposed to stagger them, but if not, then whatever. I'm always looking forward to more Hitman. These potions are kind of precariously placed here. What if there's an earthquake? Wow. Nahani. Okay. I think that Nahani is my spirit animal. You've been trying to become an affiliate, Rek? You deserve it. I've watched, I think, 2 of your streams. Wait, searching the barrel. If you want it, buy it. You have succeeded in making the owner of the store angry. I would like it to play the victory theme here. Da-da-da-da! You did it! You pissed off a stranger. I like this game. Yeah, no, your streams are pretty awesome. Very, very interesting, insightful stuff. I guess that the only thing I would say is, like, I guess I'd recommend playing something a little bit more mainstream, just to get a little bit of attention. That's kind of what I did with the Zelda analysis series, after all. Of course, fortunately, Zelda is also one of my favorite game series anyway, so those 2 things coincided pretty well. The relevancy of the series, the popularity, and just the fact that I do like it. I do like talking about it. I want to see if I can step here. As soon as you're on a blade of grass, you're outside of town. It's pretty funny. Look, they actually coded it so that, like, if you're walking on the tile, you're technically in the town. What a funny thing to be, like, that finicky about. Just like, no, we need this clear divide. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Well, usually there would be something mainstream you really like. It's kind of weird how, like, lately, that's kind of rare, you know what I mean? Like, Hitman was kind of like a once-in-a-while thing for me. It's like, oh, wow, a game that's well-known that I want to talk about and I enjoy. Me? Muscular? Ha ha ha. You'd be muscular, too, if you ran to the top of the Lighthouse every day. I mean, I don't know if muscular's... You're a little wide at the hips and nowhere else, my friend. But anyway, it's all the workout you could ever ask for. Why don't you give it a try? It'll do you good, believe me. Yeah. So... these guys are kind of weak, apparently. I've had a lot of fun with Hitman, but it's too processor-intensive for me to be able to extreme it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 3 enemies! I actually didn't know that was possible. I've only encountered 2 enemies at the most before this. This is actually really cool. Fuck yeah, okay. I love how Baby transforms. I don't know if anyone's new, but that's a thing he does. It's pretty cool. You, of course, aren't going to like every popular game that comes out in modern days. Yeah, of course. Let's see. Add temporary agility. That's a buff that's useful for, like, longer fights. This might be a longer fight, but I don't think that these guys are very fast. That's only useful for outspeeding enemies and increasing your agility. I think that increases your... I mean, I think that increases your evasion. I'm not positive, though. I might look that up. I like the idea of putting one of these guys to sleep so we don't have to worry about them. maybe this'll work. The concept of putting a plant to sleep notwithstanding. Okay, cool, it does work. Ooh, I remember these guys. These are not an easy enemy. Oh, this is why. Okay, so only smoke came out. And the reason why only smoke came out is because these guys will actually multiply. It's one of those kinds of enemies. Cool, when Baby's transformed, he actually outdamages me, at least with this form. Yeah, they're multiplying. We might have to lead into our living toys for DPS. And I believe that this can poison us. Yeah, that's rough. Fights are getting more complex. I'm really liking this. Don't get a turn. Okay, good. Get out of here. Nice. This is good. Really, really good. This is just a really good game. I got some sick weed, dude. Fuck yeah. There will be a remix of the Hit Guy streams coming out later this month. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Like a musical remix, like the Grumps get all the time. That would be fucking awesome. I don't think I've ever gotten anything like that before. I've gotten fan art, which is always super appreciated. In fact, I believe like most of if you see artwork on my channel of like my, you know, my portraits, that's all made by fans. The MC Play It one was just fan art forwarded to me on Twitter, which I love. Ooh, he's transforming like crazy. Dino. I love all the different forms that Baby gets. There's a lot of... If you're a completionist, there's a lot of appeal to this game, because there's just so... The stuff that you find is really interesting. Like, it's not just, like, normal stuff. Like, you know, like, oh, a slightly better weapon, a slightly better shield. You get all these new abilities and fun stuff like this. This is a Ringsider. This might be a bit of a tough fight, but I'm still gonna do it. This guy's really funny. Welcome to the fight! Ringsider here with the play-by-play. Craberia 1 launches an attack. MC loses 31 points. See, like he's the announcer. He's the MC. Fuck, MC's confused. That's really bad, actually. Did you hear that? He actually said easy there, fella. Oh my god, I love this game. Let's finish this guy. Oh, damn, they're durable. Oh, wait, I might have attacked the wrong one. Don't confuse him, because he does a lot of damage right now. That's not good. He might actually kill me. We're in a bad way. Damn, I was not prepared for this. Well, this'll help. Here comes Angel. Are you about to lose a children's game, MC? I fucking might. To be honest, I was not ready for this at all. Confusion is brutal in this game. And it lasts for a long time. Oh, damn. Ringsider loses 1 point. That's all for me. Good night, folks. Good job, Champ. Now, Champ might die. Tough call. We gotta kill him. He must die after this. Okay, good. Don't die. Fuck. Yeah, we're not ready for this area, apparently. Don't I have, like, a revival guy? Do I not? Maybe I don't. Phoenix? Let's test Phoenix. Hoot Flames. Come on, baby. That did not help him at all. Yeah, fuck him up, Nani. I guess that we're just really not ready for this place. Yeah, doesn't seem like it's gonna work. I'm really surprised by that. Give Champ Bubger. If you can game over in Kirby games, you can lose in any children's game, I guess. The only thing I care about is the fact that now Champ's in a shitty mood. First I'll use one on me. But, huh. Let's focus on the forest for now. Yeah, we're not going in there. I don't think there's any reason to, anyway. Let's go to, this area. While that guy just watches. That really caught me off guard. I think I kind of remember that this place is supposed to be a little harder than the other areas around here. Because, you know, it's optional for one thing. And usually the optional stuff in this game is harder. Can you heal yourself? Oh, that's not what you should do. Gotta get Champ's HP back up. That's the main thing. Wish there was a way to train out Headbutt, because I never want him to do that. It does more damage, but it barely does more damage as a thing. You can grind these guys like crazy, though. I'm sure that baby transforming will help. Whew. Yeah, you never know. When he transforms into one of these things, he's apparently immune to poison. Oh, shit, baby! That was pretty good. That's what I like to see. Man, when baby gets like that, at that angle, it's just like a deer in headlights. But yeah, you can kind of see what I mean when I say, like, you can grind those guys pretty easily. Baby fucking smash. Let's rest up first. Yeah, I did not remember this place being this dangerous. How expensive is the inn here? I keep reading Impeach. Where's Impeach? I mean, we all have impeachment on the brain at all times in America, so I can understand why you're seeing that term everywhere. I'm kind of surprised just how deadly those crabs are. Like, that's fine, honestly. Like, the fact that every now and then you'll just encounter something like, whoa! Because, I don't know. I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable to just have an occasional really hard thing pop up every now and then like that. So, we know not to fuck around with these guys anymore. And I don't think I have any, like, people that attack everyone at once besides the ones that will attack me and Baby as well. Which is something I definitely don't want. Mini car, rams one target. Let's try him out. It's a boar. Aw. I think that's an instant kill. Oh, well, Baby's gonna fucking destroy them, so it doesn't really matter that much. Yet again, no one plays video games for the story! This game has given me RPG nostalgia. It's absolutely an underrated classic. It's actually better than I remember it being. And I remember really liking it, but it's quickly like... I don't know, man. This is probably one of my top 10 favorite RPGs, period. And that's saying something coming from me. I've played a lot of these games. This is just a good game. It's just really well designed. It's well paced. Fun story. Lot of personality, obviously. That is fucking ridiculous, baby. The story in the better games usually is on the backside. A flaw of many games is that they try too hard to make their story... I don't know if you're, like, continuing that statement, but... yeah. It's kind of the background noise in a lot of ways. Sophie? Are you scritching and scratching? Let me let out my real baby. I didn't mean to say it that way, Champ. You're also very important to me, don't worry.
Hi, baby. Wanna go out? You wanna go all the way outside? Or you just wanna go out of the room? Just wanna go out of the room? Okay. I love you, baby. Good little Sophie.
Oh. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have the either I hate games or no fun zone as the emote, but I really do want Sophie Z at some point. She's a cute puppy. Modern game design post-98 or so is all about emulating Hollywood, even raising their production costs, yes. An excellent video to watch, which I don't... I say it's an excellent video, but it's one that I don't really agree with. I know it sounds like an oxymoron, but it's good to get that perspective. It's probably the crab. I don't know if I want to fuck with the crab. You can't encounter enemies on the beach here, because the crabs are just brutal. Oh, there are reskinned enemies, aw. Darn. Oh well. It's not that big a deal. Obviously there's not that many reskinned enemies, so I think it's acceptable. And their model is slightly different, at least. It's not just a retexture. They have different eyes. I think that their body proportions are a little different. But, oh well. You kind of need to. You know, like, you kind of need to have reskinned enemies if you have a full-length RPG. I can guarantee you I'm going to have reskinned enemies in Angel's Edict. There's no way around it. It's unreasonable to not have them. It's just, like, one, you don't want to have too many of them. And two, you probably shouldn't be super lazy about their execution. Like, I'll add, like, you know, some of them will have horns or different body features. They won't just be, like, textures with different colors, etc. We should probably get in the habit of bringing out Pyro in this area, because it is a pretty challenging place. You need that DPS. Yeah, most of the better stories in games were using the format of a game to offer themselves and not being shoved down the player's throat. Exactly. I like... games, like, first of all, games shouldn't hand you the story. It shouldn't all just be in cutscenes. It should be in the environment. Like, not everyone needs to take it to the extreme of something like Dark Souls or the Metroid Prime games. Though those are excellent games in terms of storytelling. These guys are getting durable. There we go. I'll heal this turn. But, you know, like stuff like Final Fantasy IX, this game, games that have memorable stories to me, they don't just tell it with text. They flesh out their characters with optional scenes and optional content. And I think that kind of thing is really important. Nice. When I was younger, one of the first quote-unquote tactical things I learned to do in these games was pace out my healing so I could heal early without needing to resort to... what was it? Angel. Because Angel is like, I'm here to save the party from a bad situation, but she's actually really inefficient. Because Cupid heals like 30%, Angel heals 50%. Like, Cupid heals more than 30% actually. But Angel costs twice as much, and that's not like an efficient way to get your HP back. And that was one of the first things I like learned to do when I was a kid in terms of actual tactics. But, by the way, you can tell that Baby's really bonding with us, because otherwise he wouldn't be transforming as much as he is. So, since he's full health, we're going to give him a couple of bonus snacks here. Nice. Could someone explain this video game lore to me? It's deep shit. Skyrim is really, like... people complain about the Elder Scrolls games in a lot of ways, and in some of those ways it's legit, I get it, but in terms of world building, very few games hold a candle to Elder Scrolls, especially Skyrim, in my opinion. Like, Skyrim is a world you can lose yourself in. Skyrim doesn't have, like, that great of a main story. It's okay. I would argue that Skyrim's main story is probably one of the less interesting plot lines in that game. Because there's a lot of interesting quests and background details in Skyrim, but the main story I always found to be one of the less interesting things. There's really good parts of the main story. Parthenax is a phenomenal character. A lot of the backstory is interesting. The dragons are interesting. The blades had the potential to be interesting until they just became close-minded douchebags that can't be reasoned with for no reason in a game that's open. In a game that like has a lot of open choices, the fact that you can't convince the blades to follow any kind of logic is really annoying in Skyrim. I might do a Skyrim stream. I might talk about, you know, this decision-making stuff in Skyrim in a video or on a stream. Let's see. Against these guys, I really want Pyro out. Pyro is like this kind of example of an ability that's too useful. Because I feel like I will very rarely encounter a situation in which I don't want Pyro helping on DPS. Like, either I have another living toy that I need to use, or it's Pyro time. And when something is like that applicable, it's like, eh. And a big part of that is the fact that elemental attacks don't matter that much in this game. Because it's hard to learn what things are weak to. Pyro's a little too good, I think. One thing with games is also that you often have to cheat with characters to keep them around. What do you mean? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Oh, right. Yeah. It's one of these places again. I really love these places. They're so cool. You know what? This is a fantastic example of what we're talking about. These rooms. Obviously, like, none of y'all know what these rooms are about. I do, because it's one of the more memorable aspects of the game. These rooms that we... Like, this is, I believe, the third or fourth room that we found that's like this in the game. And as you can kind of see here, with this little diagram, there is a total of 7 of these rooms. And they're basically warp gates that link to a central hub of sorts. And beyond that, I'm not going to say much, because it's spoiler territory, and we're nowhere near that point in the game yet. But the fact that there's foreshadowing like this, like you know something's up with this room. What is it? I don't know. The only thing that the player knows at this point is these rooms are all over the place, they all have the same music, and it just has this atmospheric kind of storytelling of like, there's something very important about this room. It has unique music that's very mysterious. It's just great use of environmental foreshadowing, and it's a kind of storytelling that only video games can do. This is the kind of storytelling that makes me love games that like have good narratives. It's good shit. This is just a good game. Luck bad, not bad. I've mentioned this before, but I find that very charming, the fact that luck is not a number in this game. It's just, can't complain. Let me look at these guys. It's kind of funny that I can use that to go back to the entrance in such a tiny place. I find that kind of cute. Any treasure? I've never found any treasure with Miner. I should try it outside. Okay, we're just talking about Bethesda world building in general. They're pretty good at it. It kind of the thing is, like, up until Oblivion, they usually had like one person making all the dungeons, and it kind of shows because a lot of the dungeons are similar in the early Bethesda games, but they're kind of dull, you know? Like, they all... Like, you can tell one person was forced to just make all this stuff. And they had some really creative ideas, but eventually they was just like, hey, you need to make 40 more dungeons. And it's like, okay, well, I have to cut corners. I have to make some repetitive content here and there. And in Skyrim, they had a bunch of people dedicated to making all the, like, the optional story-based stuff, all those things like that. I think that there might have been, like, one director that was assigned to the super optional stuff that wasn't assigned to any quests. But they had more than one person making all these dungeons, basically. And, I don't know, like, it shows, because, like, all these areas have their own environmental storytelling. They feel like they're designed by different people. Some emphasize puzzles, some emphasize combat, some emphasize stealth, some, like... They all have, like, different themes in terms of gameplay, as well as lore and background information. So, I've always thought that Skyrim is really admirable in terms of its world building and how different all the areas are. You know, like, when you have a game that ambitious, there are things that are gonna... There's gonna be shortcomings, there's gonna be things that fall through the cracks. But there's a reason why most of us remember the good in Skyrim. Because there is a lot of good in Skyrim. It's just not a perfect game. And it certainly can get repetitive. That would be so cool. Wish they ran settlement attacks in low res in the background so your defenses that are overpowered take some effort to get past, so you never lower them to simple raids. I would love there to be, like, you know, you're going to... Say you're going to, like, a village and you just see bandits are attacking it. I'm sure there's mods for that, but... If they made it so that NPCs can only be killed by the player, like, they could easily do stuff like that. And I don't think people would complain, it would be fun. I mean, I don't know, I've always had mixed feelings on letting random chance kill NPCs that can give quests so that the player can have relationships with. Like, I just feel like it shouldn't be random, you know what I mean? Because there's some things that you just can't really control in those games. Skyrim, I kind of understand it when people say it's too ambitious, yeah. I think that Skyrim can be used to discuss how scale can damage the feel of a game as much as enhance it, exactly. Nice glitchy floor. Glove! I'll never get over that. Love that. Yeah, as long as baby isn't poisoned, I don't really care. But I will heal us, because it's about that time. But yeah, a lot of Bethesda games have the sensation that they're a little too ambitious, you know? I feel like there comes a certain point where it's like, do you need this much optional stuff? You could have just, like, fleshed out what was already there. And that's always been, like, my mentality. Like, I'm glad that Skyrim has so much going on, but it's not like it's all equal. Like, you know, the dungeons that are good in Skyrim are really good and memorable and fun. But there's a lot of filler dungeons that all kind of blend together. There's way too many Draugr-infested crypts, etc. Like, that's a complaint that exists for a reason, the fact that there's Draugr and zombies fucking everywhere in that game. Like, why not make a smaller, focused, narrative-based game with some cool optional narratives to find? Like, with Angel's Edict, I'm kind of trying to make, like, one fairly substantial optional narrative that takes, like, you know, 15 to 30 minutes to complete. Lighthouse! Fuck yeah, I love this place. There's, like, a treasure at the top, I think. We'll go in there in one sec. But, I just want to complete this thought because you know how I am. I get distracted very easily. But, in Angel's Edict, I'm trying to make it so every village has, like, some kind of little memorable side quest that incorporates a couple of the villagers, or towns, cities, settlements, camps, whatever you want to call these areas. And they're usually small. Sometimes there'll be a couple of really small ones, just like, you know, like, hey, can you help me find my kid? Can you help me, like, research this area? Can you be an escort for me? Things like that. Can you help me, bring some flowers to this grave? Get like, a little optional scene with some spirits and things like that, because spirits are a big part of Angel's Edict. The undead and spirits that can't move on are a big theme in that game. And it's a good way to flesh out the world, but I never want to make those scenes have as much focus as the main game. I just want them to be these memorable side things. Like, they're meaningful. They have real stories to them. They, like, the challenges and battles and puzzles are meaningful and fun. Sometimes as memorable as the main story. But they're not as elaborate, and there's not that many of them. You know what I mean? I think that that's, like, kind of the reasonable middle ground that you want to strike when you're making something like that. Oh, it does play the village music. Yeah, that's how you know it's peaceful. Guess lighthouse keepers like buildings to be nice and bright. Abel was here. Abel should have learned how to spell. Oh shit, Nahani. Nahani is one of the greatest, like, companion characters in any game I've ever seen. Wonder what's at the top of these stairs. This is kind of a cute place, because you just get so much optional dialogue with Nahani. Yeah, I'm so much that I'm nostalgic for in this game, man. Sure keeps this tower clean. Nahani is just a very charming character. Starting to get tired, MC. Eek! Oh, strange bug. Do you think this lighthouse has ghosts? I heard most do. Are you trying to dissuade me from going up? You're always flying. There's no difference for you how far we go up these stairs. How long do these lamps burn, I wonder? It's cute stuff. Come on, MC, don't give up. You can make it. We're almost there. How high up do you think we are now? I think that we're higher than the outdoor model of the light tower would suggest. Like, we're taller than the actual model for this tower. easily. Shivering Isle is amazing atmosphere-wise, and that's a testament to how much Bethesda could do if they just, like, focus their efforts a little bit more. Me armor. Does this raise my defense? I think that's what it does. Adds armor power to current defense. That's really useful. So we have, like, the status buff living toys now. That's really good. With 420 up high. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Well, then it's a good thing I brought some sick weed, dude. You know what I mean? Let me get some of these 15 hamburgers that Champ is carrying in his stomach. Let me get a few of these. Okay, I'm gonna feed some of these to Baby. And one of these. You are full health. I like that we have the same exact health. I think that Champ might eventually get more than me. This is such a cute game. It's so charming. Like, I like, you see, like, it's stuff like this. Like, these little cute optional places. Would you care to share some of them sick weeds? Oh, you know it, bro. That's one of the perks for subscribers. They get all the sick weed they want. If I was a partner, that would be a fun little, like, bonus emote, you know? Because, like, once, like, a big thing that I'm looking forward to if I ever do become partnered, is just the sheer amount of emotes, because there's so many running gags associated with this stream and my channel, and little jokes and references that we could immortalize, and I think that would be pretty fun. I'd like to fight a little bit more. I'm full health anyway. Also gotta test all these new living toys, because I have quite a few. I don't know how much of a difference the status buff ones make. But, let's focus on... Okay, we already tested Minicar. Where's Ditchmobile? I mean, I know what Ditchmobile does. Mapster. I want to test out Mapster's damage. This is actually our map. Like, this is our map. And he can fight, too. Oh, he's cute. Okay, he doesn't do that much damage. Fucking evil pollen. That is a good emote that, Corey has. The little save file thing. I like how eventually people are gonna start being like, what the hell is that? That item? And it's just like, it's a floppy disk. Floppy disks were old by the time I was, like, a child. Let's see. Adds temporary agility. Let's see if this makes me outspeed Baby. Because if it does that, then that means that it's a pretty significant buff. That's a good test, I think. Aw, he's cute. Vroom, 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 vroom. Now, if I go next... Yes, I do. Okay, so I do outspeed Baby now. So that makes a pretty significant difference. And outspeeding Baby is not a bad idea. So, that's pretty good. Because you can buff him before he acts. As far as I can tell, all these, one second, let me look. That would be a nice emote. Oh god, no. 1 second. Sick weeds, dude! Oh, yeah. Or is this supposed to be sick weeds, as in, this is the sick coming out of her? Like how British people refer to vomit? Ah, Jesus. This could be you on marijuana. Don't let this happen to you. Also, never mind the fact that my PlayStation, seems to be like a window on my computer. That's just like that's a custom mod. I have a PlayStation 1 console. Never mind this either. That's not Oh, look at all that experience. Sickweed. This is a cautionary tale. This could happen to you. I guess let's level up once, because something is happening soon that I want to be ready for. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to, spoil anything. Let me grab some of Champ's bubblegum. Getting quite a few of these. I like how they all kind of have different roles, too. Like, you have, like, the poison plant, the kind of DPS dino. Thank you, DJ Yosh, for the subscription. Appreciate it. Twitch Prime subscription, too. It's very appreciated. With the Fatal Frog. A lot of support tonight. This might be, like, in terms of financial support, this might be the biggest night I've ever had. Well, I don't know, I feel like maybe nothing is ever going to rival Doki. Actually, no, I think I have made more tonight. But, that's nuts. Oh! I learned something about the partner system. I've met every requirement for being a partner already, except for one, which is the really hard one. It turns out that I actually need to get an average viewer count of 75. And I need to sustain that for about a month. That's going to be tough, obviously, because like right now, my peak is typically like 15 to 20. I have 12 right now, and this is a good night, you know what I mean? So that's tough. Oh yeah, no, I shouldn't have said the forbidden word, I'm sorry. You're right, Jeremy. But, I mean, it was a nice night in terms of people being very supportive, and I'm not talking about just money, I'm talking about emotionally. People were very classy during that stream, and I mentioned this in the video, but people were very, very kind-hearted, very empathetic, very sensitive during the stream. Whoa. That's a new one. Oh, I'm confused. I'm so sorry, Pyro. Herder, what the fuck? What did I even do? Man, Bubbles is a serious spell. That is brutal. I'm just fighting these guys to see how much they give us, because it better be a lot. Damn. These transformations are so cool. Yeah, the stream, like, the chat was great. Fuck off! Damn it! Now he's gonna be upset with me. Confusion, like, never wears off. We were just kids. That... we didn't see it coming. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, like, at least half of the stream chat for that night didn't know what we were getting into. But people were very classy. At least you'd get a lot from it, but it's really not worth it. It's just too dangerous to fight those guys. Because if I end up hitting Baby, like, that harms our relationship if I do it too much. I should actually use some Peach Potion. Just to be safe on the way back. Give Baby some treats. I really do like the fact that, like, this is how you... Like, you can heal him just by going into the item menu, but this makes him happier, and I always thought that was really a cute little detail, you know? Yeah, let's get him fully healed. Actually, no, we'll just use Cupid at the start of the next fight. I need a little bit more of that music in my life while I catch up on chat. I just love this. I can't get enough of that music. The game brings interesting subjects. I mean, yeah. The empathy during the DDLC stream was awesome. Yes, it was. That was very... Yes. And I openly talked about mental health issues, so... And people were very understanding. I distinctly recall that there was like a very memorable moment for me. That stood out, and one of my trans friends brought it up. Someone actually called Natsuki a trap, I think it was Natsuki. And I basically just said, I'm really not a big fan of that term because it has some really negative connotations for actual trans people. And, like, just a bunch of people just shut that shit down instantly, and the person apologized and said, like, oh, I didn't understand that. And that was just a great moment, and it was a testament to, like, why the viewer base for my stuff is just really cool people in general. Y'all are smart, y'all are open-minded. Like, that's the thing, like, when you're open-minded enough, and you're just willing to learn, that, to me, is a sign of true intelligence. Like, you know, like, if you don't understand something, like mental health issues or trans issues, that's fine. No one really expects everyone to automatically understand issues this complex. Just don't act like you do understand. Be willing to ask questions and be empathetic and polite about it. And most of y'all are. Like, all of y'all are. That's what's so amazing about you guys. Because, like, my trans friend brought up, like, what the fuck? Like, these guys are really nice. Like, this gives me... like, that shit gave them a lot of hope. You know what I mean? The fact that there were so many people like that in one stream. So, y'all are awesome. You're very mature people. I felt bad that I recently had to unsubscribe to your Patreon, dude. Dude! No. No. Don't feel bad about that at all. Like, if people can't... you know... You gotta take care of yourself first. It's just how it works. But I appreciate all the support that people give me, and that doesn't just include the financial stuff. Obviously, people need to financially support the stream and the show to some extent, otherwise I can't do it as I do it, which is basically full-time. But I don't know. Just... I do this because I like to do it. I do it because I like to entertain people and give people stuff to look forward to. I like provoking thought. I like just starting discussions and making people laugh. That's all I want to do with my life. And I understand that not everyone can make that sacrifice, you know what I mean? Like, financially. That's fine. That's why it's so awesome when people can. Because, you know, someone has to. That's just how it is. Trap has a really selfish tone. And it makes, and like, it's like you are assuming the person specifically wants to fool you. Self-centered, I think, is a good word as well. Because it's like, it implies this, like, you know, like you're just trying to trick someone to having sex with you. Like, or they're just trying to live their lives. You know what I mean? But... Thank you for shutting that down, everybody. That was a really good moment, yeah. That was a cool moment. Anyway. I caught up with chat. That's another thing that I really love about streaming. Chat is so active most of the time. That's the only reason why I'm like, you know, I gotta wait until at least 5 or 6 people show up, because otherwise I'm missing a lot of opportunities for interesting conversations like this. Yeah, the baby's only lacking stat right now is raw attack power. His strength is actually higher than mine. I can buy some swords and feed... I love this mentality. I can buy some swords and feed them to my pet to make him do more damage. The shit this game makes you think about. They really should have done something to make this menu more accessible. Like, you know, like add a bunch of options that display to the left of the screen as well. So you can, like, just kind of nudge over, so you see more options at once, because You know, like, I have less than half of the living toys in this game. And look at how long this list is. I'm actually thinking of, in Angel's Edict, I'm thinking of making it so that like, way more abilities display at once. Because you can also point and click in that game. So, I might as well take advantage of it. Oh, hey baby. Phoenix. This is convenient because this basically means you don't have to bring any of the status gears. In fact, I guess that the status gear items are kind of pointless at this point in the game. Because Baby, I think I pointed this out last time. I just learned last stream that Baby can actually cure status effects with his heal spell. Like, he automatically cures both HP and he automatically, like, heals any status effect. So. Oh, I need to communicate with him more, too. I gotta get on that. I keep on forgetting. Because it's not super necessary, because normally his AI is intelligent enough. Poor Baby. He looks so sad when he has a status effect. This game's art style reminds me of Spyro the Dragon. Fuck yeah. It's good shit. Is art style an appropriate term? It's kind of just trying as hard as they can to make the models that don't look shit. That's kind of exactly... Yeah, art style is happening no matter the limitations. Like the character designs still convey a lot of personality in these early games. But I do kind of understand what you mean. 3D games, it's hard. Like, Final Fantasy IX is the best looking PlayStation 1 game, in my opinion. I mean, obviously I'm biased because I love it. Oh shit. I've never seen anyone else climb that lighthouse tower. How would you like to take over my job as the lighthouse keeper? Sure. You can start your training when you are a bit older. Don't forget now, Mr. Junior Lighthouse Keeper. Well, you take care of yourself out there, you hear? And don't forget, the lighthouse will always light your path. Aw. It's a cute little moment. Let's fight, like, one more thing just to get Baby to the next level, because why not? Spyro is another game I really want to talk about, and I will, eventually. Let's, organize our items. I really don't know how the bugs are important. I should look that up. I keep meaning to do that, but I never remember in between streams. And it's hard to find reliable info for this game, because, like, every now and then, I'll look something up and it'll just be straight up wrong when I see it on GameFAQs or a forum. Because, there's just, you know, it's just that kind of game. It is that obscure. I don't think there's anything in this game that prevents you from using... Have some sick weed, bruh. I don't think there's anything in this game that prevents you from using living toys, so... So much bubblegum. Let's get maybe a bunch of these. Give him some snacks. How's his health? He's full. Cool. And I'll just give him a little bit of bubblegum. There we go. Hyper-realistic is the ever-elusive art style where the power you need is always more than you have. I also think it's unnecessary. I'm kind of tired of it. Like, no joke, art style is a huge reason why I'm not into a lot of modern games. I'm just so tired of them all trying to look the same. I'm so tired of just, let's make them as realistic as possible. I'm really tired of them. Like, you know, like, you're not being creative, you're not showing me visuals that I can't see anywhere else. I'm just tired of it. That's a big reason why, I like TF2 for a lot of reasons, and the main reasons are just its gameplay, and how varied it is, and how it's just still to this day the least predictable shooter I've ever played. But the thing is, like, TF2, a big reason why it's so iconic and popular is because its art style is always going to look good. It is always going to be a good-looking game. It has never stopped looking good, despite the fact that it's now 10 years old. It came out in 2007, and games that were trying to be realistic looked awful back then. Like, they dipped into Uncanny Valley, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. But yeah. Man, I've been, like, talking up a storm about just general game design concepts tonight. We've been going for about 2 hours, cool. Realistic looks nice, usually, until the game behaves in a non-scripted way. Yeah, because that, you know, ragdolling, or just people having blank facial expressions when you zoom in on their face, etc. I don't know, I think that there's way too many games trying to look realistic nowadays. I'm just getting really tired of it. Here's a big question. I know that most of my fans are, like, you know, kind of around my age. Like the youngest among you are older teens and college students. Like, most of y'all are probably between 18 and, like, 30, if I had to guess. And so, like, maybe you're not the best demographic to ask, but, like, are there a lot of good kids games coming out? That's a big question I have. Are there a lot of good kids games coming out? Because you don't hear about them very often now. And stuff like Spyro the Dragon, Crash Bandicoot, early RPGs like this, like stuff that was kind of catered towards kids, big deal. Like, they were always a big deal, and you like, Knack? Like, what do you have? Like, Knack is kind of a weird meme game that's just kind of okay, and isn't really all that widely celebrated, to my knowledge. Oh, you can command them to transform. I'm not going to waste that now, but that's pretty cool. But that's cool that we're, like, getting that close to baby that we can have him. Yeah, you can tell him exactly what you want him to be. That's cool. I mean, other than Mario games, like, yeah, stuff besides, like, the super established franchises that will just keep on coming out. Like, Pokemon and Mario, but that's one thing, but I don't know. You just don't hear a lot about, like, good kids games anymore, which is a shame, because kids need cool games to inspire them, and, like, as far as I can tell, like, they're playing stuff like Skyrim and, shooters and stuff, and, like, that, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with those games. I think it's okay for a kid to play Skyrim as long as they're not super young, stuff like that, but, there's not enough games made for kids, catering to that curiosity and that kind of childish sense of adventure. I don't know. You don't see that kind of stuff. You don't see, like, really, like, polished kids games anymore, and that's a shame. Kids games are like eating Tide Pod. Not that kind of kids game. Thing is, I don't think there's necessarily a divide between a kid and adult game, just a different tone and difficulty. Yeah, it's hard. Like, I don't know how I would distinguish it. It's like... it's sort of like that family movie thing. It's like Pixar, you know what I mean? Like, you can have a piece of media that's made with kids in mind that caters to everyone. but it's just kind of a different thing, you know what I mean? Because, like, something like Toy Story is a classic. It's good. It's just good to watch. WALL-E, it's just good to watch at any age. And there's things about it that you appreciate at different ages. It's a kind of media that grows up with you over time. And that's a big part of the appeal. And I just don't think that there's a lot of things like that anymore. Because it's all just kind of aimed at that, like, 18 to 35-year-old male American demographic. Like most mainstream media. And speaking as that demographic, I'm not fucking impressed. Hopefully I have enough rupees to buy a new sword, because my damage is not very impressive anymore. Nowadays, companies are spamming the app stores with things for kids. Yeah. Companies are, like, realizing that they don't have to try that hard to appeal to kids. You got all these, like, fucking Frozen Elsa games. I mean, obviously that's, like, an extreme. But the fact that that kind of thing is so successful is a testament to the mentality of game design nowadays. When it comes to kids. WALL-E is the absolute heat. I cannot stress that enough. It's a good movie. It's just good to watch. Baby's strength went way the fuck up. Like, you can see, like, his raw strength is way higher than mine now. Like, I only do more damage because I have a weapon stacked on top of my strength. So, he's pretty good. Yeah, the same agility, for whatever reason. Normally, Baby's way faster than me. iOS games are kind of shit outside of a few exceptions. Yeah, working for those must be soul-sucking. It kind of seems like it. I certainly wouldn't want to do it. Very frequently, older people in my life, just older family members and neighbors, will be like, hey, have you thought about going into the mobile gaming industry? Like, you have all the knowledge to do that. And it's like, yes, I do, but if I wanted stable income, and if I wanted to, like, get rich quick, I wouldn't be doing game design. Like, there's other things I could be doing. Like, I could be doing, voiceover work is not exactly, like, rich, but more stable income than I get now. But I want to talk about games, and I want to make games because I'm passionate about it. I want to talk about interesting things. I want to make games that are memorable, that are lengthy, and can be replayed and enjoyed by a wide demographic of people in a meaningful way. You know, like, I want to make stuff that emotionally affects people. I want to make stuff that makes people think and strategize and plan and get better at the game and challenge them. Both in terms of, like, just thematically challenging how they see the world and see certain issues, and in terms of actual gameplay, challenging them to actually think and plan ahead and get better. Like, that's the kind of game I want to make. I don't want to make a repetitive 5-minute mobile game. Like, you can get, you know, like, I don't know. I'm not going to act like I'm high and mighty in comparison to these people either, is something I kind of want to stress, because I know some people who make mobile games. And yeah, it's stable income, and there's, like, nothing really wrong with that. Like, that's... Like, the source of stress that you get from life is... I need to be really worried about... Like, you know, like, I want to be guaranteed that I have financial security. And, you know, I do personally stress about that stuff, obviously. But at the same time... I need the more... My, like, major fulfillment in life doesn't come from working a 9 to 5. Like, that's just not something that would sustain me emotionally. And I think that a lot of people feel that way, and they're not lucky enough, as I am, to have the opportunity where they can treat making this kind of content as a full-time job. But I do, so I have to. I have to take advantage of that. So, you know, I hope that people realize that a lot of the people who are making mobile games and stuff like that, they do want to be making passion projects, but they just kind of can't right now due to circumstances outside of their control, and I don't know. People don't seem to get that sometimes. It's kind of like the gaming journalism thing, where everyone was just like, oh, gaming journalism, is, like, it all sucks, they're all awful, they're all terrible people, they're bad at what they do. They're also ludicrously overworked and underpaid, and they need to make a lot of content to generate enough ad revenue and clicks and ad deals to make ends meet. It's a similar thing with mobile game developers, and I just think that that's a shame, and it's just something that I personally know that, like, I could not deal with working for mobile games, and I could not deal with working at a company like EA or Activision. I couldn't do it. MC discusses all this. That one little why does modern game journalism suck? Exactly. That is something that I talked about before. Yeah, don't blame the devs, exactly. Corporate is all on their ass. And the funny thing is, like, I don't talk about this as often as I should. I know a lot of people in the game design industry. Most of them are, like, low-ranking, or, like, indie devs, but some of them, I do know some people who have worked at major game development firms. And shit sucks. That's just all there is to it. Let's get some new equipment before we head out. When I worked a job, I would pretty much daydream for the great majority of it, otherwise I'd get anxious and depressed. Welcome to my fucking world, exactly. That's how, especially if you're like a creative type, or just anyone with ambition. It's like that shit. The thing is, most people have some level of creativity or ambition or something they're passionate about that they want to and kind of should be doing instead of working a desk job. You know what I mean? Man, that is expensive as fuck. But I'm getting it. That is so not worth it. Oh shit! It's finally time to move on from the Twisted Sword. But you know what? I've eviscerated so many creatures with this weapon that I kind of need to keep it. It's like just for nostalgic purposes at this point. Also, I'm gonna keep it on me, just in case, because my weapon right now is elemental. So in case I encounter something that, you know, absorbs fire or whatever, which I don't know if that happens at any point in this game, but in case it does, I want to be able to switch to the Twisted Sword. Because I don't want to be in a rough spot where I can only deal damage with living toys. Devs working on a shrinking timeline and are worked to an early grave like miners in the 1800s. It's like the anime industry and the manga industry. You get all these people that are like forced to work constantly, 7 days a week, camp out, live in their office, set up sleeping bags. It's just like gross and inhumane. This is a bigger problem in Japan because like in Japan almost all industries are treated like that, but you know, it's just like you basically get guilt tripped for being a human being who needs to go home and see their family and rest and take care of themselves health-wise. That's just how these industries work. And I mean, you know, you hear all the time about how EA's workers basically have to riot just to get their paycheck on time. Because very frequently, like, their workers do not get paid at the right time. And that obviously leads to basically financial crisis for these people. But, you know, and Activision kind of does that to an extent as well. I mean, like, there's a reason EA is so notorious. Like, they are one of the worst companies to work for. I kind of don't buy that whole EA is like the worst company in America thing because, like, you know, oil companies exist. Oil companies are pretty bad. Oil companies literally poison our drinking water, and they get away with it. So, like, you can light the water in Michigan on the tap water in Michigan on fire with a match. So, I think that they're worse than EA, but EA is still pretty bad. Hold on one second. I gotta grab a little bit of water. I think I have a water bottle here, though. Yeah, hopefully this will be enough. Take a stretch break, everybody. Man, this is a really fun area, but sadly, it is time to move on from Jungo. You can return here later. I also see an optional island up there, but obviously we can't go there now. I think it's time. We'll be boarding shortly. Do you have everything you need? No. Let me make a backup save just in case. Let's check in on that couple. Because, I don't know. Alright, they're here. Today I will stretch. I'm proud of you, Marcus. What a wonderful day. Lumpler. Oh, Lumpler. I can't wait till we see little baby Lumpler. I wonder if Japan has relationship problems. Yeah, Japan, the way I would put it, Japan has family problems. They have a big problem with, like, maintaining a healthy, functioning family. Like, Japan is facing a lot of cultural change right now, too, because, the young people in Japan, including young creatives, because you can kind of see this in shows, anime, novels, and comics from Japan. They're very liberal. They're very progressive. They're very interested in foreign cultures. And they're not super conservative. And they're not super, like, you know, they don't really believe in slow change. And it's like, you know, slow progressive change, which is kind of the majority opinion in Japan. There's been a lot of media in Japan, like, just fiction in Japan that's, like, more sympathetic to people on the fringe of society, people with, like, disabilities, minorities in Japan, etc. And you can kind of feel, and there's also been a big pervasive sense of what's called cooperative individualism, as opposed to just this idea that we all need to be quiet and work together and don't question our lot in life. You know, sacrifice everything for the greater good. You should be happy that you're working such a arduous task. Like, there's been that subtext to a lot of Japanese media that I've consumed over the years. Just this idea that everyone is part of a cohesive whole, no one can function on their own, and they all need to sacrifice everything for the greater good. And I feel like that's been twisted over the years to just be like, you know, you need to serve yourself. Like, you need to serve the corporate good as opposed to the actual communal good. And young people in Japan are fed up with it. I've noticed that in a lot of media. Persona 5 kind of touches on it in a big way. Persona 5 is a fascinating game if you know anything about Japanese cultural issues. Definitely something worth looking into. In that sense, it's very interesting. Yeah, greater good often means only the people on the top benefit. That's just how a lot of industry-focused capitalistic societies work. Like, you're not actually working towards a greater good, you're benefiting a very small group of people. I would work my ass off 40 hours a week gladly if I knew that I and the people who benefit from my work were actually benefiting from it, as opposed to some CEO buying a 5th yacht despite the fact that they don't do any work. Political! It's barely political, it's just kind of like, this is just how So society functions. For a very long time, we've been rewarding very selfish, very powerful people. So I believe that we're on the ship and it's like maybe evening now. I don't think we can save on the ship again, but we'll see. But yeah, we're continuing our journey, and we're totally gonna go. We are benefiting from your work. I know, I'm sorry, I was just kind of referring more to, like, the 9 to 5 stuff, you know what I mean? I'm glad that people do benefit from my work, that means a lot to me. That's why I'm so motivated to do it. I should have clarified that. I'd argue modern capitalism is not capitalism, but then again, I'm crazy. I think that this is capitalism's logical conclusion, because capitalism will always involve a select few people becoming very powerful. No new treasure, oh well. I was pulling your leg a bit, I know. I just felt the need to clarify it anyway. Is anyone new in Darkbeat's old room? Oh, there is. You don't look very happy. You also have what looks to be a yarmulke, or maybe that's supposed to be hair, because this game is a PlayStation 1 game. You okay? I can't take it. I can't take all this rolling. Whoa, advanced camera angles make my stomach crawl. Good grief. Yeah, we're in a storm now. I'm sure nothing bad will happen, though. 2 years ago, AGI would have none of this. I've recently become open-minded, and it's so different. Yeah, no. You can have your perspective change in a big way. I was really fortunate to grow up where I grew up, in the sense that it made me just a very open-minded person. I mean, my best friend, growing up, Ari, is bisexual, and, well, actually technically pansexual, really. Thought she was bi for a long time, but it's not the proper term necessarily. And, I don't know, it's just... when you grow up in an environment like that, you just kind of innately become more open-minded, so... I always blame the people I grew up with. Somebody tell the captain to stop all this rolling. I don't think he can really control it, dude. Let's go talk. Ooh! Oh, it's actually raining. I like how the rain has a distinct cutoff point. That's like the first thing I graphically noticed about this. Okay. Does anyone else really love rain in video games? I've always loved rain in games. Like, it just has such a... it adds such a nice atmosphere to the whole experience. Also, if you're gonna leave something like this out, I'm gonna take it, guys. I don't know what to tell you. Terroroid. Does this inflict terror? Terrifies one target. Very nice. That prevents them from using physical attacks. So that's actually pretty helpful. But yeah, it just adds so much mood. Like, they cut out the music. Just listen to that. Pretty cool. Go fetch. Yeah, I don't think I can tell him to go fetch on this ship in the middle of the ocean. Let me scroll up a little bit. I was open-minded as a young lad, but when my teen years came, things happened that made me hate everything that I didn't understand and that were out of my views. I mean, that's how it happens. Like, most closed-minded people have a story like that, you know what I mean? Or they just never... I guess that's not really the case. I think that most like, a lot of people have that kind of experience. I think that in my experience, most people that are kind of closed-minded and don't care about other people's experiences and don't understand just this concept of how important it is to empathize and see issues from other people's perspective. They typically grow up in a very homogenized kind of environment where, you know, people in their community largely the same. They're largely from the same financial background, often the same race or ethnic background, same religion, things like that. You know, like they never met a person of a different religion. They never met a lot of people of different races or sexuality or whatever. Our next port of call is in Triskin. Triskin is a very cool town. I always confuse it for Iston when I was a kid, but they are two very different towns. We haven't been to Triskin yet. But it's probably the coolest city. Well, debatably. There's another really cool place that I can't spoil. But a lot of the cities are very charming in this game. See those clouds over there? They're storm clouds. I mean, I think that we're in the storm clouds right now, my man. But something dramatic happened, and I remember what I used to feel and released a huge chip off my shoulder I didn't even know I had for years. That's good, Jeremy. Sounds like you're on a good path. Well, maybe not an easy path, but a good path. You see those clouds over there? There's storm clouds. All passengers, go below deck immediately. Nah. I want to talk to the captain. I need to tell the captain to stop the storm. Hey, can you stop the storm? Arg! Here it comes. See it blowing the tops off the waves. Hear it singing in the rigging. Ah, I love a good storm. Water, wind, danger. The possibility of everyone on my ship dying. What more could a man possibly want? A longer lifespan? Cloud Kraken. I just like this moment a lot. That atmosphere is very nice. I found that many open-minded people are just closed-minded with a different set of viewpoints. Yeah. To be fair, you know, it's kind of weird because, like, being open-minded is a viewpoint, you know? I never quite know how to progress the story in moments like this. Because sometimes it feels like you just have to wander around. Whoa! Case in point. I'm assuming that's baby. Aww. Are you getting seasick, champ? The weird thing about open-minded... Yeah, the thing is you are eventually going to meet viewpoints you can't empathize with and can't understand. Like, I will never I feel like I can't fully understand... It's a new scene? I didn't see anything new in there. But, yeah, like, you know, it's hard for me to empathize with, like, full-blown racists and shit. But, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to understand that kind of person, definitely. Are you getting seasick, champ? Poor baby. That just sounds like a wet fart sound effect. Oh. Grink, kablurk, mo. I feel you, baby. I feel the same way. Uh-oh, I think Champ is going to throw up. MC, let's take this poor thing up deck for some air. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, jeez. Whoa, what a storm. Keep! Poor baby. Oh shit, an actual cutscene. Forgot these even happened. Look at those realistically rendered waves. Oh! What? Wait, Nahani, how did you fall? I love that moment when Baby and Knight look at each other like, did you just see that shit? MC? MC? Snake! Wake up, MC, wake up! What happened? Thank goodness you're finally awake, MC. I can't find Champ. He must have been separated by the storm. We better go find him. Ah, shit. That means I'm alone. Yeah. Who would have thought that something like that could happen? Definitely not me, after literally like 3 episodes of foreshadowing. Let's see. This part really scared me as a kid, actually, because I was just like, Champ, where are you? Like, I was really afraid. This must be an island. But, like, this really scared me as a kid, because it's like, I want to find my friend. Yeah, it really scared me. And I don't... Let's just head to the village that is nearby. Because thankfully this deserted island still has a map charted for it. Yeah, we are it is a great moment, thematically. Okay. You're special looking. I have a fire sword. That didn't do much. I was expecting a plant to be weak to fire. Get out of here. Fairies actually just have low hitboxes. Yeah. They're just low on the ground. I think that this is gonna make Baby under-leveled again, by the way. So let's just try to get through this area without fighting too much. Ooh. My, my. They seem to be carved from the trunks of palm trees. No, you can't climb on it. The tribe members will get mad. Probably not wrong. MC, look! Oh, no! They've got Champ. Come on, we've got to save them. What are these people made of? It looks like they're made of blue taffy. Let that baby go right now. I will slaughter everyone in this village single-handedly. Pig. Sacrifice. You know, at least they had the good sense to not make these, like... to give them a... All I'll say is, I think it's a good idea that they made sure these guys did not have a real human skin tone. I'll leave it at that. No sacrifice, pig. Evil god. Yoganga angry. Yoganga, eat my children. Yoganga kill. Yoganga evil shrine. MC, what are we going to do? We're gonna kill a god, as usual. Pig sacrifice. Go blurk. If I was in a situation, I'd probably start kicking ass to get my baby back. Time to turn into Kratos. Tell me about it. Whoa. That's what they look like without masks. Yeah, they're definitely not human. Though granted, they don't look much better than the human character models. Tribe, guard, shrine, treasure in shrine, monster in shrine, worried of treasure, tribe, guard, treasure, scary, scary monster. Pots. Got any sick weed, bro? I wish I could grab a spear. Spears are cooler than swords. You heard it here first, people. Here's a new debate. What's the best medieval weapon? I personally like spears. Feels like the safest melee weapon to use. I'm also pretty big on claymores, like great swords. This leaf's supposed to look like hair? Lore, deepest lore. These leaves are supposed to look like hair. I know there is actually a shop around here, and I'm pretty sure that they do sell candy bars like everyone else. Halberds are pretty sexy. Halberds are like the... Is this a real skull? That's a good question. It's like, I'm a little nervous here. But halberds are kind of like the marriage of a heavy weapon with a spear. So, there's definitely an appeal. Go ahead. Yummy, that was good. Does that heal me? Let me see. Okay, that does heal me. That's cool. Good God, this is a... Okay, look, I know they're not human, but you're talking about, like, all your children and wives being sacrificed alive to this beast. No more mommy, mommy in clouds, sad, sad, sad. Jeez, this game, man. It's taken quite a turn. Actually. It's kind of cool. Katana for looks, broadsword for functionality. You just described Dark Souls weapon balancing in a nutshell. Broadswords are very functional. You can't deny that swords are functional. It's just, are they cool enough? Spears are underrated. Notice that no one sleeps on mattresses here. Why do you say that when I examine the spears? I don't think that they sleep on the spears, Nani. Pale face you. Want rest here? I'm nervous about the fact that the tribal people just called me paleface. I don't think that's where they're going with it, but it's... Tribal cultures in fiction are so, like... Spears are the ultimate functional, they are the OP weapon of real life. They're very good. Like, partisans in particular, because you can slash and thrust. That's what Jakku uses in Angel's Edict. That's actually the reason why he likes spears, because it... Jakku's just a very logic-driven person, and like his logic was spears are the safest weapon to use in terms of melee combat. That's why he favors them so much. Hi. Storehouse tribe, you know enter. I think that if you earn their trust, you can go in there. You hear Kerpel. Me, Kerplian. Do they have names? They're all just like male number 5. Which sounds like a... Male number 5 sounds like a rejected Calvin Klein fragrance. Wait, what? Deeper Shrine. Treasure Warrior Holy. That could be foreshadowing to something, actually. Even the spears are lined up neat. Search the jar, it's empty. Full of beans. Then take one. You take bean. Is that a go-go bean? Shows your psychic points a bit. I don't see a bean. Apples are not beans. I can't imagine where else I would have gotten this apple, so I'm pretty sure they just called the apple a bean. Oh, is this like the defecation pot? Jesus. It's not an apple seed, it's just an apple. That's a thing. This looks like a shop. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't have baby's inventory. So. Oh, shit! It's kind of cool that they thought about the fact that you could get apples for free, so you can't sell them. I'm going to... Let's see, can you sell... Okay, you can buy peach potions here, right? Yeah, okay. Then I just want to clear up space, because I don't know how much this restores. Twisted sword. I need to keep that. Sell one bubblegum. I don't really need this. If I get any status effects, I have Phoenix. Let's sell some hamburgers and convert the money into cheeseburger. Because I don't know how much damage I'm going to be taking in these areas. But they have the sickest weed, yeah. This is where all weed comes from. Chief Hut. Let's talk to the chief. Anything over here? Nah. I would have put something there. Get it together, game designers! Most remote people don't have a large vocabulary. Ship gimmick to power through to move on to the next thing, pretty much. You're weird looking. You look like white Play-Doh. 1 second. Okay, he just has a weed leaf on his head. Like, you can't tell me that's not what that is. These guys do have the sickest weed. They're governed by weed. So what's Mudsy's deal? Lowers one speed. Eh. Status debuffs feel like a waste of time when it's only me. Take some money. How much money? Okay, $7.95. Okay. You say some money, but you take one. You know what's weird? I just gotta realize something. I feel like they put that there to basically be like an out if you get stuck here without having enough equipment or healing items, so you can just start there. Because you can also buy candy bars here, so you can buy the cheapest healing items in the game here. So it's not an ideal solution, but at least it's there. It's full of bones. Interesting. Somebody spent a lot of time sanding to get this table so smooth. Blah, 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 blah. That is one big mask. We must make sacrifice to the evil god in the shrine, or he will come out and kill us. If only someone could defeat him. Okay, well, I know what my mission is. I really wish I had Baby. It kind of... This is a cool segment because it kind of reinforces how valuable Baby is as an ally now. Like, he's grown up quite a bit. Like, he is actually just a very powerful fighter now. Let's see. They probably grow weed there because they probably don't have big pharma. Yeah. Picky sacrifice. Sad. Picky my substitute. Picky sad, sad. Oh, they were gonna sacrifice her? It's sad. Also, wait a minute. You don't have a leaf bikini. How are we supposed to know your gender? Without any of the secondary characteristics of gender. That's how design works. Spears. Black liquids? What are you doing? I'll say I didn't warn you. It's oil for keeping skin shiny. I think yeah, that makes you lose health. Oh my god. Gotta say, it's a pretty good deal for the evil god. You get free food once in a while, all you have to do is not eat everyone at once. Pretty much. Well, we do over-sexualize breasts. Well, yeah. That's why you gotta adhere to the norms. So, can I not rest at an inn? Can you not save here? Hold on. Is this the only way to heal? Okay, there's no way that's true. There's gotta be, like, a place to rest. Yeah, there's plenty of cultures that don't think it's a big deal, I know. Also, these guys don't really have breasts. But they had, like, a female had, like, a leaf bikini previously. But there's gotta be a place to rest here. Well, let me talk to everyone. Thing is, I think I already did. Oh, right. Okay, this guy does let you rest. I forgot about him. Cool. Yes. Yes. Cool. Eat your food, Zippy. Okay, so this is a really small island. So, I'm assuming it won't be that hard to find the... Well, here you fucking go, never mind. This must be it, yep. Yeah, this doesn't seem foreboding at all. Man, they live right in front of the shrine. These poor guys. Bet they light fires on these posts during special occasions, like when they're gonna sacrifice my child. How do you know it's not a bird bath? Okay. Yeah, we gotta storm through this place, because I want my baby. Getting rid of it is our only chance to save Champ. Oh boy. Well, we have our... At least we have the soothing sex jam of 90s R&B to comfort us on our brutal journey. Any monsters spawn in this room? No. But they will. I'm a little nervous. So I'm just one little boy in a big cold world. Let's try to minimize the amount of fights we get into real quick, actually. Because I really want my baby. Do humans naturally form couples now that I think of it, or is that societal? The weird thing is it's practically impossible to know. Because there's a lot of variety among primates. And society has been as it is for so long that it's kind of hard to know for sure. And it's brutal being on my own. Gotta lean on the toys. Usher's playing a gig in this shrine, exactly. At least they're not doing that much damage. Cursey. I'm assuming you can curse me, and I saw that that was gonna do a status effect, but it failed, so... Damn, you're durable. Okay, we should kill the plant first. Next time we get a fight like this, because I know that they're fragile. Get out of here. Ooh, Pyro doing the damage. There is, in fact, a lot of evidence to support that human societal tendencies are formed because of inherent nature. Well, yeah, I'm sure that some of them are. But it's also hard to know for sure. Because we just have such a combination of nature and nurture that it's hard to know these things for sure. I did not get enough healing items, really. But, oh wait, no, I need to lean on my toys in battle. That's a thing. Shit. Oops, 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 oops. How many potions do I have? 1. That is not enough for what I'm doing. Fuck. Okay, let's fight until we level up once, and then head back to the town and get some supplies. Gotta get the regen going. Oh, I should have called out Pyro first. Poison, great. Basically undoes the regen. Humans are as random emotion as they are instinctual animals. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Fuck. Great, you're healing the enemy. Because you're confused. There's way too much... Okay. If I'm running solo, don't inflict confusion. That's like a sin of game design. Do not do that under any circumstance. Okay, if you're gonna be fucking me up that bad, then I need to have Pyro out. So, this is kind of disappointing, the way that this is designed right now. Because, it's like they didn't really design these enemies with the fact that you are only one person in mind. Because, like, when there's only one player character, like, confusion should not be an option. That's not something that should be able to happen. Like, look at how much this is draining me. Like, this doesn't feel like it was designed with one person. Like, you're supposed to have baby with you here. Just an observation. I don't know. Because everything else in the game was very smooth, but this feels kind of unfair. Look at how much damage this is doing to me. At least I have Nahani. Oh, Nahani can also cure poison, that's cool. You'd really think that that would do more damage to a plant. Oh, if they get attacked enough, then they go back in. Interesting. There we go. Ugh. Okay, we're definitely gonna need a bunch of peach potions if we're gonna go through this area. Because all we have is our living toys. Okay, these guys aren't that bad. Probably gonna start running from fights though. Because in general, I'm not too worried about boss fights. At least these guys seem to give you a lot of money. So you can get items fast enough. People are just discussing psychology in the comments. It's pretty funny. Meanwhile, I'm fucking dying. Have your philosophical conversations later. I'm fucking dying over here. Nah, it's fine. What emotions do humans have that dogs don't? It's a good... I don't know. It's probably a good question. Because dogs, you know, co-developed alongside us so much. So I find it interesting that living toys, if they get hit enough, they will go back. And I feel like I'm kind of just learning that now, because there's a lot of enemies now that can do damage to multiple characters at once. And I'm not really used to that. Also, we get a lot of EXP in a single fight now. But looks like we kind of need it. So, I definitely have enough money. I think it's really hard to say that, like, you know, any emotions or things like that are unique to humans. The only thing that, like, the things that are unique to humans have to do more with thought and logic and observation and the ability to acknowledge your place in the world as a self. Because all, like, you know, dogs feel. Dogs are capable of some level of thought, but just not that much. If my dog's any indication. Hey-o! I wonder if he's keeping that turtle as a pet. He? Okay. Whatever you say, Nahani. Respect pronouns. Give me a fuck ton of these. I kind of don't even need hamburgers anymore. Hamburgers kind of feel like a waste. I don't know. Sell bubblegum. I don't need any status cure items. Peach potion. Yeah, 4 peach potions. That translates to 80 power points, so that's pretty good. Wooden cross. I'm gonna look up what that does before I waste any money on it. Just a wooden cross. It's interesting. Gotta find the... I wish that they had, like, labels for, like, the rest place and stuff. Because I don't know where the fuck anything is. Please let this be the guy. Nope. I think I'll recognize the hut when I see it. Like, when I'm in it. This might be it. No. Oh, man. Already been going for 3 hours, damn. Gotta go. I love you, Camel Traffic. You're a good boy. It was fun. It is fun. You're gonna miss all the fun. 'Cause you're a loser who needs to go live their life like a human being. Bye. Love you, Yannick. See you later. So that's pretty good, and I'll leave like 2 slots open so I can at least get items. So Let's see. Also, hi, Flying Soda. Are you new? I'm not sure if I've ever seen your name before. If so, welcome to the stream. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. Like, I don't really want to be fighting anything. Please just let me run. Like, I don't want to waste time fighting. I want to get my baby back. Okay, good. IMC, I subbed years ago, but rarely have the time for Twitch at this hour, so I miss you a lot. Aww. Well, it's good to see you again. Yeah, I try to mix up when I start my streams, but it is always in what is either the evening or afternoon for me. So, obviously I can't cater that much to everyone, unfortunately. I wish I could. Last time I saw your stream, you were demonstrating a game you had built months ago. Damn, cool. So you were there for the first real dev stream. Yeah, I made another one of those recently. Panic. Panic. Confuses one target. Cool. That might be handy here. Turn the enemy ranks against themselves, because we are always outnumbered. Stop following me! Just let me live my life. Hi, I'm MC. I'm new here. What do you do? Fail, mostly, Jeremy. That's a good question, though, Jeremy. Like, how would I pitch myself? I don't know. Watch me ramble about game design incoherently for several hours at a time. But yeah, I'm still making that game, Flying Soda, and I did a dev stream on it recently. I think I did 2. And I did like a full playthrough of what I had so far. And just kind of now, I'm finishing up... I'm finishing up everything for the new version of the demo for Angel's Edict, and I'm going to be sending that out to all the testers, which includes some of y'all, pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that, getting some feedback. But I'm trying to balance out testing and building the game along with getting my videos and streams out, so, you know. Think on that. It's hard to think about how to pitch myself, you know how it is. Got someone to write music for you? Yeah, I got 2 people. That is actually kind of the one thing that we're squared away on. The thing we really... Ooh! Crystal armor. Is useless. Got it. I'll keep it so I can give it to baby, I guess. Part of me just wants to come back through this area with baby later, so we can get all the items. But yeah, the one thing that we really need for the game that we're making is tile sets, and to a lesser extent sprite work, because we already have a character artist who's making the characters and enemies and such, but we need people with experience spriting and doing tile sets. And we have a few candidates, but nothing committed, and like nothing written in stone yet. But that's the only other thing. We need PP. Gotta have the PP. You want some pretentious points? That's exactly what I use to cast spells in this game, right under my HP. You see that? Pretentious points. I think you are overestimating how special humans are. I mean, you're not wrong. You have too many items. Thanks, Nahani. It does nothing. Thanks. Peach potion. I really did not need another one of those. Fuck you. Eat my dick. Whoa! Just death. I'm sorry, I'm just fighting death. James came up with BP. Rip James. I don't know, he might come back. He probably doesn't know that I'm streaming again. Just death. Nice singing voice, thank you. Fuck. I don't know. What do you do when you see death? Let's fight it. No, you're fighting Death A and Death B, you're right. Marcus, did you just change your name, by the way? Wait. Wait. Wait, what? I'm confused. Okay. So they can heal themselves. So they can suck life from everyone? That's insane! Thank God this is the one case where it's good that I don't have a baby with me. Christ. Please die. Oh my god, they're so tanky with that spell. Oh my god! Fuck! Shit! God damn! I am getting destroyed. I was not expecting this much resistance. I gotta have something more powerful. I mean, all I have in terms of attack is, like, Pyro. Yeah, that's the exact opposite of what I need right now. I'm saving Walk Bomb, because I think I know when I'm gonna need it, and I'm gonna need them soon. Oh, you can only use them once? Fuck! Come on. Do some damage, please. Oh, I could have used Contributor. I'm sure Contributor does decent damage. Jesus. Oh, man. That's a bit too good of a spell. Where is she? Kimoni. There we go. I do want to use Freud, but I need to stay alive first. I will. Damn. Does no damage. I gotta break this cycle. Yeah, we're avoiding fights from now on. I do no damage either. What the fuck? I might die. That was supposed to kill him. Am I sure this game was for kids? What the fuck, man? Like, you can't throw something like this at me when I don't have my party member. Also, that guy's gonna wake up anytime. Jesus. I mean, I have to kill this guy now. Like, I need to get the experience for all this. Please actually do some work this time. Like, don't give me, like, 6 HP. Great. Fucking absolutely pointless. Who would have thought fighting death would be so difficult? I hope your headache goes away, Jeremy. Please die. Oh my god. Do they need to give such a tanky enemy life-stealing abilities, too? This thing is way too tanky. This thing has to have, like, at least 400 health. Okay, I don't know about this. I mean, that's a great amount of experience, but, like, how much do you want me to grind here? That didn't even level me up. Like, I'm not gonna linger here. I just want to move on. Let's see here. Okay, that's the boss. I'm just gonna go ahead and rub my PlayStation 1 for luck. That's a good PlayStation. One more rub, just for good luck. That's a good PlayStation. Okay. Rub. Don't worry about it. That's just me remixing the game. Hi. You're a big motherfucker. Scream! I don't know what you're talking about, Zippy. There's no such thing as save states. I don't even know what that is. Is that like a state? Like a place in a country? Where you save? What are you talking about? All I have is, like, the save files from when I, like, save at the end. So you're actually terrifying, by the way. I'm, like, nervous. I really hope I don't die. I'm sure that fire works well on you, though. Seems like it does. Limb grab. Damn, that's actually less threatening than the fucking Reapers, oddly. Looks like the villain in Ocarina of Time inside Jabu Jabu. Kinda does. Only worse textures, somehow. This is why you need Pyro. So you actually have any DPS. Fuck you for confusion! Don't use a cheeseburger, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna complain about it again. You can't have confusion as a status effect when you only have one party member. Especially not in a game where you can't have any immune to it. And like any immunity. Yeah, great. Like, if I die right now, it's totally out of my control. You know? Yeah. That's not okay. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know. I was liking this idea originally, but they didn't capitalize it on correctly. I like the idea of getting separated from Baby, but you need to design the enemies in this area around this idea. You know what I mean? Anyway, Kimoni. Because I'm pretty sure Clerisy is just out of the fight now. You got this. Come on, don't do it. And Pyro ran away. Oh my god. Well, at least you actually attacked it. Let's see how much damage this guy does. Money hurts. That's a lot. That's really good. Okay, it doesn't need to work every time. Like, that's what's driving me crazy. Like, this thing is healing so much. Because they made the decision that if you get confused, you have a chance of using healing items on the enemy. Like, I'm gonna die now, and, like, it's due to no input from me. This is really lame, actually. I'm gonna die. I went from full health to this. That's really lame. Huh. That's incredibly disappointing. As you drift into the darkness, you hear a soft, gentle whisper. Not yet, my sweet little MC. The world still needs you. So... Thankfully, with my magical time-traveling PlayStation 1, I can... Bazinga! So, what the fuck? That was really badly designed. Like, I mean, you guys know me. I'm not one to blame the game easily, but yeah, I blame the game. That was really, really badly designed. Which is bizarre, because there's nothing like that in the rest of this game. That really stands out to me. But that's something. This is something I gotta bring up in the review, because this is nonsense. That's really disappointing. Nothing makes you immune to poison, you can only cure it. That's why it's so badly designed. That's why, like, you know, you're supposed to have more than one party member. And the fact that this thing can just spam the dream water, or whatever the hell it's called, like, that never cures confusion. You have to get physically hit, or have someone use an item to cure confusion. So that, like, this is actually an RNG fight. Like, it doesn't really matter what level I'm at. Like, this is an RNG fight. The only thing I can think of is get rid of all the really good healing items, which, like, because, like, the healing items are just used against me. Ugh. I'm like really disappointed by this, because this is not the kind of thing that I was expecting this game to throw at me. That's pretty disappointing. But I think I know what might help. Okay, walk bomb. Deals damage based on the distance walked. That's just a different kind of disappointing. Why is this one area so bad? Why is this one area so bad? Like, the rest of the game is so good. Why is this one place so bad? It's like a totally different... Like, everyone is asking, like, what happened? I know. But... Okay, so there's this living toy called Walk Bomb. And he basically does damage calculated based off how many steps you've taken. And I think it resets. But it's like this weird get-out-of-jail-free card. For fights like this. And I don't want to use it like that. Also, I think it's worth noting that I literally got more experience points from fighting those two normal enemies, the Reapers. I don't know, but shit's lame. What just happened? I one-shot the boss. Because I used Walk Bomb. Yeah, see? Distance walk to 0. MC, oh dear, bad design, bad. It is. That's not good. That's not good. That's really disappointing. Okay, so there's more to this dungeon? I know that they mentioned that there was something special deeper in the dungeon. Hello, strange abyssal void. Oh. Oh. So now that's kind of cool. That's kind of like the optional dungeon that we went to before. It's like, you can't come in here yet. So that's some cool foreshadowing. We're gonna hear about this one in the review. Yeah, you are. That's nonsense. But it's the reason why it's so disappointing is because it's like, did the fucking intern create this dungeon? Like, the rest of it, the rest of the game is so smooth and balanced and good. Like, this is just weird. Crystal shield, probably not better than the white shield. Yeah. Why is this armor so, like, out of date? Hope. I don't think they like being called that. Oh my fucking god. Of course. I hope it's not, like, ridiculously powerful. I don't know if this does a status effect. Yeah, it does. I don't know what it is, though. Hopefully just poison, because I can deal with poison pretty well. Kind of doubt I can put something this unique to sleep, but let's find out. The mimics are good fights. Cool, it does work. That's pretty cute. Tucked itself in. I kind of wish that the eye was closed. That's just kind of creepy. But I like how it tucks itself in its cozy little chest. Is this Dark Souls 3? I know, right? What is this? Dark Souls steals items from the enemy. You could have just called him like a master thief or something. You didn't have to call him Hobo Joe. Miss? How can you not steal anything from a mimic? It's literally a treasure chest, man. Come on. Eh, might as well, in case it wakes up. Oh, that's a cute little armor dude. Oh, nice. Guard dust. Aw. Damn it, Hobo Joe. You and your debatably offensive name. Let's see. Everyone's like debating psychology still. Hold on one second. Let's like just get the hell out of here. Mimics just have hearts, lungs, and dust in them until they turn to dust. Maybe you can find lunch? What the hell are you talking about? Whoa. Hey! Finally! We release Pig now. Good. I should have just killed you people and been done with it. I'm becoming an anti-hero. That dungeon is making me become an anti-hero anyway. Great warrior defeat evil god Yogungungunga. We celebrate now. Oh. Fuck yeah. What an elaborate musical number. It's actually kind of a cool song. I like this. Thank you, great warrior. What you want, you shall have. Oh, we could use a boat. Boat? What is boat? Is it weapon? A boat lets you go anywhere you want over the water. Haha, we have such thing. It is called Chester. Come to my hut. I give you Chester flute. A flute? I don't think he understands what we want. No, he does. I thank you on behalf of my shiny, happy people. That's another one of the quotes I like the most. They are very shiny. They literally coat themselves in oil just so they can, like, shine. I thank you on behalf of my shiny, happy people is a quote that's, like, on the level of... You know what the difference is between a coal mine and a wife? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's still probably the best quote in the game. Use it at any beach, you will not need a boat anymore. I like how the chief doesn't speak broken English. I also like how he's white. Fucking subtext. What good is a flute going to do to us? Oh, we're gonna find out. Oh my god, I can't wait to meet Chester. Damn, I never know where the rest guy is. Are we arguing? I can't even tell if we're arguing. Blah, 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 blah. Where the hell is the rest person? Please, let me rest. Let me smash. Let me smash some Z's. Becky, let me sleep. Treasure safe? Holy warrior, treasure. They really want me to remember that holy warrior treasure. I wonder why. I kind of just want to get the fuck out. Like, this place has driven me dim biddies, though. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now the journey was worth it. Now the terrible game design was worth it. That was very disappointing. That really stands out to me, you know? Like, because the rest of the game is so fucking good. Buy a wooden cross, because why the hell not? I can't imagine when we're gonna need that, but whatever. Mimics contain hearts, lungs, and guts in the last guy they ate for lunch. That is true. Oh, hey! You savior. Take anything you want, warrior child. Hey, I'm a warrior adult. I'm at least a warrior teen. Samurai! Please tell me samurai is just like a good attacker or something. Returns LTs to MC joins attack. We're gonna have to test that out. Toy made of wood. It's only a child's toy, not a living toy. Darn it. Looks pretty sturdy to me. Oh, I don't need that. Well, no, the apple is not really that impressive. I mean, I guess we'll test how much it restores in terms of power points. So, our max PP is 79, we got 63 right now. Fuck. Can I really not use stuff from Champ's inventory? I gotta go through this process. Oh, right, I can feed... Oh, right, I can feed my baby my equipment. There we go. And we'll keep the Twisted Sword. Just for now. We might just keep the Twisted Sword as a trophy. Yeah, he didn't level up along with us, but that's fine. It really is brutal going through that area with one party member. Literally, if they just removed confusion, that would have been a fine area. That's a real shame. Because, like, the rest of it is so good, you know? It's just such a blemish. It stands out a lot. MC, what's your favorite area of the game so far? That's a tough one, dude. Damn. There's so much good. Which, again, is why this stands out to me so much. Let's see. I really like the Koldo ruins. The Koldo ruins really stand out to me. They have a nice unique track. They have... It just has a great atmosphere. It has a lot of visual variety because it's both ruins and a lava cave. The enemies there were really fun and interesting. That was like kind of when the game started to step up the difficulty a little bit. In a fair way. That was kind of when... That was when we first met a Mimic. You got a lot of interesting living toys there, too. But, like, the big thing is just, like, the enemies in that whole area is just so interesting. That part of the story is really interesting, too. Because that's kind of when you start to piece together, like, there's something more going on with this game's story than it initially lets on. Because you kind of witness this typical fantasy adventuring party slaying this beast that seemingly did nothing wrong just so they could get a gem. And the creature was intelligent enough to speak, and it's like really panicked that like they took the gem. And it takes out that wrath on you, and you basically have an optional boss fight with it. Like, that's just a cool plot moment. Just like, that stands out, you know? It makes you think. It's cool stuff. But I don't think that Call to Ruins is my favorite area in the game. Like, you'll see it. There's a couple of there's a couple of areas that are kind of like tied. But, I do also really like, Cave of Fear stands out a lot. That optional dungeon with a tree stands out a lot. I love every town we've been in, including this one. This is still a fun town. Wider Worlds, ooh. We're kind of on chapter 3 now, I guess. Kerple. I'll give you a Kerple Nurple. Let's see, let me scroll up a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of great areas in this game. MC, do you remember when I basically movie critiqued the Marvel series on Narcy's stream? I blame you, MC. My pretentious is almost complete. Hell yeah. It's good to critique things. Man, there's a lot of conversation going on, and I can't address it all because there's just too much, and it's all happening so fast. Have you played Wuppo, MC? No. It sounds like a game made by Max, my friend, Funky Billiards. Wuppo. What a bunch of Wuppo. Just sounds like nonsense syllables. Which is most of what Max says. Oh, what a bunch of Wupko in my bupkus. Okay, so it's next to the storage facility. I'll try to remember that. Chester friend, no harm. So, Jesus. This was quite a trek. Let's look around while we're here. I kind of doubt there's anything that I really need. I think the champ can actually transform into those gross plant monstrosities that are around here. Anyway, what's Wuppo, Flying Soda? I'm curious. Oh! Rose Devil indeed. God, that's just like a meme face. That is a face that just says, "Hey boys, get in my belly." I don't want to, Mr. Rose Satan. I really don't. Samurai. Does this mean that he can be the only... This is the best living toy. This is the best living toy. This is officially the best living toy. Can I bring out my other friends afterwards? Or is he like the only one I can have out? Let's find out. Looks like Samurai stays out. Nice. He does stay out. That's awesome. So you just have to kind of plan on using him ahead of time. That's cool. That's a cool little balance. I like that mechanic. That's a good idea. It's like, you know, are you going to use him? You need to plan ahead if you, like, you know, want to actually get anything out of him without interfering with your other toys. That's cool. But yeah, this is the best toy. That was awesome. And Funky Billiards, no, he's not here today. I love my boy. He's a very special friend. There might be another one of those warp gates here. I'm not positive. But it doesn't matter because we can't use them yet. Looked back for a second, saw my mother-in-law, then realized it was a rose devil. Hey, what are you saying? Hey, what are you gonna do? Look at this guy just like, hey, what are you gonna do, kids? You wanna see a dead body? I'll make you one. Ugh. How much does Samurai cost? 10. I mean, he's pretty fucking strong. And he also has the best intro of anything in the world. God, that's cool. So he does, like, physical damage. I don't know why the living toy's damage fluctuates so much. Pretty cool. Samurai really is that boy. But yeah, at least now I have 2 really good attacking toys. So I have Pyro and Samurai working together. Blah! It's a freaking enemy. What you gonna do, kids? I love MC's determined little face, and never mind. Just goes so blurry. Monday. Here, have a whole cheeseburger. How much does that heal? Not enough. It's not enough. What do I encounter if I, like, fight on the even terrain? Anything special? Hey! Hey! Get over here! Evil pollen. But yeah, it's kind of redundant to call it evil pollen. All pollen is evil. Hello. I think that baby can turn into you. It will just take you out. You're a basic bitch. Gotta love baby's battle cry. Wuppo's a good game. Oh, yes, you should repost. Chat, you know, chat eats responses sometimes when it's going as fast as it is tonight. Because almost everyone who's watching is talking. But Wuppo's a goofy game, but it's a passion project that's elegant as it is fun. Okay, that's a good pitch. I'll look into it. Good, an angel's tear. I'm never going to use it. Falls in while working on a video. The adventures of MC and Baby has returned to us. You know it. I've been going for a long time tonight. But I'm probably going to call our friend Chester, see what he's about, and probably leave it at that. I just love stereotypical Japanese stuff, like the chanting, the costume, and the theater. Like, it's great. It's... I don't know, I just love... Oh, Red, I don't know if you saw it, if you were here when I first did this, but you need to see the best living toy in the entire game. Is that not the best fucking thing you've ever seen? Love that shit. I love how he always has one hand on his hat, too, just to reinforce the badass devil-may-care aesthetic. It's so good. I love it. Big issue with the blank slate blank slate is that they can't have meaningful interactions since they don't have a personality or motives. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, no, he has an identity. Knight, he does have an identity. And, like, you really see the identity come through when you see him, like, you know, examining objects and how goofy and curious he is. 'Cause he's a very young character, clearly. And he's kind of childish and immature, but very kind-hearted and caring at the same time. He's a fun character. I'm kind of curious what this is. Might be earlier enemies, might be a new guy, I don't know. I try to fight every enemy at least once because you never know what baby can turn into. Okay, that's kind of weird. You know, this is how you know that the Jellyfish Man is pathetic. He's so weak that he drags down the crab to the extent that it becomes a white ghost instead of a pink one. That's how you know. Let's see. Freud the actual threat. It's like pre-Yojimbo from Final Fantasy, kinda. Nice, it actually works. Yeah, we're not worried about the jelly. Keep attacking. I guess it would be a lot of work to have a variation of a character personality. Yeah, the closest I've ever seen to it, like, working fairly well was, By the way, I'm pretty sure that my fire sword is doing extra damage to water monsters, and that is not how it should work, but I think that's what's happening. That's kind of crazy. But anyway, I think that Mass Effect was, like, the closest to an open-ended character working, because, like, every version of Shepard is at least engaging. At least in the second and third game. In the first game, he or she is kind of like, meh. I'm here. I'm a character. Especially the male voice actor. I don't know if I could ever play Mass Effect with a male Shepard. Just because the female voice actor is so much better. There we go. Mass Effect is basically choosing between two characters. You can, like... I play in Mass Effect as Paragon with an edge and a limit, you know what I mean? Like, my Shepard has a limit to how much bullshit she's willing to put up with, and if she can take advantage of a situation, then she probably will. Like, the Renegade trigger events that give you an advantage in battle, she does that a lot. That kind of thing. So, you can make it make sense. But yeah, you can pick things that are like diametrically opposed to each other, and thematically that won't work. Come on, Freud. Freud is still one of the top tier toys right now. I would argue that sleeping maybe has too high of a success rate. Oh my god, that face. Oh, jeez. Maybe I shouldn't be such an irredeemable asshole after all. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna prey on innocent children all day and We saved the world from the creepy uncle down the street. MC suddenly has a lot of health. Would have been nice earlier. I still don't think that grinding would have made much of a difference in that fight. I'm glad I have multiple save files because I want to, like, test out that stupid boss fight in greater detail. But, like, too much of it is RNG. Just that confusion bullshit is nuts. Let's get Champ to level 25. What level are you? Well, I mean, experience-wise. Yeah, it should take like 2 or 3 fights. Then we're called Chester. My ex was right. I am an asshole. That is exactly what that face says from the Devil Flower. If I miss the next several streams, I might be gone for a while. Aww. Well, I hope you can stop by at some point. Because I will be streaming a lot. Over the next few days. Because I probably will be finishing this game by the middle-ish of the month. Maybe by the 20th or so. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And I'll probably be doing more Dark Souls PvP and co-op because I want to do a video about it. Yeah, even when there's two of them, I just don't take these things seriously. They're very weak. So I think we're good. I wish I was leveling up my PP more. Why did they call it PP? Why would you ever call your MP PP in a game marketed towards children? You know what conclusion they're gonna come to. Gotta know your demographics, man. Witcher 3 is an interesting game because it has a main character with a set personality. But it still has a lot of open-ended elements, and they make it all kind of make sense for his personality because he is a morally conflicted character in some ways. And that is how I handle Jakku in Angel's Edict, so I can't really hate on it, you know what I mean? Because you can definitely make that kind of thing make sense. Now we're good, we'll keep fighting a little bit. Let's, like, swing in the dungeon real quick and see how much easier those enemies are when we have a teammate.
How much longer are you going to be doing this?
Probably, like, 20 more minutes.
Okay, because I need you to go get some Tylenol.
I don't know. Yeah, me too. We don't have any? Yeah, well, we'll do that as soon as I'm done. Everyone has headaches today. Jeremy has headaches. I think we're getting a storm here. But yeah. We have like one ibuprofen pill left in the house. Problem points, tell me about it. But yeah, a little bit after 9, I did just mention this, a little bit after 9, I'm probably gonna stop. I just want us to meet our friend Chester. Stop referring to James as like a forgotten comrade. I'm sure that he'll come eventually. I should like message him and say, hey, I'm streaming again. Because I did take a break for like about a week and a half when I was seeing some friends in Oregon, and I obviously didn't have a setup for streaming. Yeah, let's make you transform. Yeah, transform into something that has multiple hits. That'll be cool. Mama MC, you know it. Yeah, and the store's still open, so it's a good time. Oh, I love that form. Oh, that's right, he can't move on the first turn that he transforms, so maybe it wasn't worth it. Oh, that is so much damage when he's transformed. Yeah, you can see how much easier this is with a friend. James, nope! Does your RPG end with killing God MC? I feel like that's a spoiler whether or not I answer it. I don't know how to answer questions like that. You know what I mean? Like, however I answer it, it's like, I don't know. Answering that question requires clarification. It's complicated. Hashtag it's complicated. Relationship stat edis, it's complicated. So who is James? He's a subscriber. I need to screenshot that section of the comment. Just. So who is James? The only one who can save us, Jeremy says. Yeah, you can see Baby won't transform again for a little while. That's why I don't want to abuse that ability. Got this. Oh, still alive. And that is a crazy attack animation. It looks as deadly as poison gas should be. Finish off that weird plant thing, baby. Does your RPG include role-playing and/or a game? Yes, it includes both of those things. Baby, why do you do that? Why must you do this to me? Ooh. I didn't see that creepy thing he does with his fingers the first time. You know what time it is. That hammer. Don't confuse him. Aw, shit. Hope he actually defends. Because he might not. He's close to dead. Please don't tell me that this can heal the enemy. Oh, nice, he actually did heal himself, and that does remove the status effect, like we said. Yeah, have a cheeseburger. Sussy. Samurai's pretty cool. Well, don't tempt me with that pizza, Shadow. That's what I need in my life right now. Do you have a working build of your RPG? Yeah. Well, I mean, the one that's on the Dropbox is like shit. It's like really out of date, and it doesn't have as much story. There's bugs and imbalances galore. Yeah, the second demo, it's coming along. It's gonna be sometime this month. And King Mitch, I will be releasing, like, you know, a playable demo every now and then for a select, like, group of testers, which are basically just friends and fans. But beyond that, I'm probably going to release there's going to be a big playable demo with more of the final graphics when I do a Kickstarter. Just so I can, like, pitch the game and be like, hey, here's a big playable demo, here's what the game is going to be like. Basically. MC, I will order you a pizza, give me the phone number to you? Nah, I'm good, man. You've indirectly paid for plenty of pizza in my life. So, I think we're good. You know what? Okay, before I rest and save and quit for the day, we're gonna meet Chester. Here's the Chester flute. A mysterious flute. I wonder what this does. What is that? Look, it's a huge water bug! This is our boat. He's so cute. Look at this Mario character. Yes, patrons can test the game. Can we? Aw, Nahani likes him. I like him a lot. Oh my god, I love this guy so much. This is this game's equivalent of a boat. Oh, the camera zooms out. Are you fucking serious? I was not prepared. I was also not prepared for this. Shellyoid. Hogfish. These enemies just keep getting more creative. See, now we're back in the flow. Now we're like, oh man, this game is awesome again. Because we're not fighting that bullshit boss. Oh shit, I don't have any magic. Well. Sure we can handle one. Oh, stop doing that, baby. Then I got a skilled. Tornado. That's fairly nasty damage. Ugh. Whiplash tongue. At least when baby gets attacked, it knocks him out of the stun when he does headbutt. Jesus. I don't know how much HP this guy has. So, I want Champ to be healthier. Shame he doesn't heal much. But I guess that would be kind of overpowered if he was like a really good healer. Cool. I like the sea battles and how there's just like a whole ship dedicated to them. It's pretty cute. This game is so cute. It's such a precious little thing. It's just awesome. The way that it paddled toward me was also really funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, this game is so passionate about finding the most charming, silly way to convey things to the player. I love it. Such a good game. Let's see. After I'm done streaming, and after I get some medicine for me and my mom, I think I'm gonna, like, write some of the review for this, because I already have the script going. Here it is. This is the rest spot. But, because I have a lot to say about that fight. Off stream, I'm probably gonna fight it again. Just to, you know, test some stuff. Because I believe, yeah, you can see here, I thankfully did remember to have a save file, so I can just go back and fight that thing again. So, I do have the level 23 one. Okay. So, I think that that's a good place to wrap it up. I want to get some medicine, because my mom has a really big headache. And I'm not doing too good either, honestly. But yeah, this was an amazing, amazing stream. Great chat. You guys are fantastic. I always look forward to this stuff. Don't put Zipka. Jeremy, are you ordering someone a pizza, for God's sake? Anyway, I love you. All of y'all are awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for so much support today. I think that I basically made like over $100 on this one stream. Jesus. But yeah, I will see you next time. Hopefully someday I can be a partner. The 75 average viewer count is pretty intimidating, but I hope that that will happen someday. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful time. And if you're gonna order someone a pizza, exchange information so that you do a private chat, Jeremy. I don't know if, like, I can tell that you're not joking, because this is the kind of person you are. But anyway, I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. What's the next run? I don't know what happens after this. I'm still in the middle of Dark Souls streams, but, in any case, next time I will either be continuing this or continuing the Dark Souls analytical stream and doing some PvP and co-op. So, look forward to that. I will probably be streaming either tomorrow or the next day. So, either Saturday or Sunday. Hope to see y'all then. Have a wonderful night. Y'all are beautiful. Every single one of you. Especially Jeremy. But I'm not picking favorites. Okay, maybe I am. I don't know.